Try this. Alright, that should be better. What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Someday I'll figure out how to do this streaming thing. Oh, it's always something, man. There's just like, I gotta plug the microphone in first, and then I can't just plug the microphone in. Here's the rest of the flight footage after the crash. Where's the crash? Hold on. Crash was up here. There's the crash. Okay. Yeah, I gotta plug the microphone in first, and then I gotta push a bunch of buttons on the microphone to get it working, and then I've gotta send the audio through a thing in system preferences, and then I've gotta turn on this camera live thing to get the DSLR going. I've gotta power the DSLR. There's like 30 things for me to get wrong, and yeah, and I have to do them all in a very specific order, or else, yeah. Thanks for coming. This is 5-inch Friday. Chat, do me a favor at 9 o'clock, so in 20 minutes from now, everybody scream and yell Botgrinder's name and drop the link to Botgrinder's stream. I'm going to be intruding on his time, so you guys are all going to either go watch him and then come back when he's done, or... Oh, that was a fun little move. Or, at the very... Man, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons too now. At the very least, you're going to open Bot up in a separate tab, and yeah. So that we both get the watch hours. So there's that. Here it comes. Ready? Hey! Oh wait, no. Whatever. Already missed it. Yeah, this is a cool new little spot. Just kind of went out for some mental health flying and had a blast. Nothing too crazy. Didn't break anything. Wasn't really pushing too hard. Just kind of having a good time. Blopping around in the sky. Blop, 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 blop. I guess we're back. Oh my god, okay. 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 I'm just gonna move on. I don't know what you guys heard, what you guys didn't hear. This stream is so cursed. Now I get it. Now I get the cursed thing. Now I get it. Guess what time it is? Everybody check out Mighty Car Mods. That's their little couple second thing. If you're into cars at all, even if you're not into cars, you're gonna love Mighty Car Mods. They're a bunch of amazing dudes. I emailed them asking them if I could use that, and they never got back to me because they've got bigger shit to fry. Pyro drone order. I needed battery straps, and hi, bad boy. Yeah, this cat is being so bad. He just hissed at his mother. He is a little stressed out today, though. He met the downstairs neighbor's cat, and now he's just being a jerk. Reload stream. I'm live again. Okay. Sticker, which you guys will end up getting. The only lightweight battery straps that I could find. I really like the Pyro Drone straps, but they are sold out. Double skinny plastic buckle straps are my favorite, and I've only ever broken one, maybe two, and when they break, it only breaks one of the straps, so the battery doesn't launch. And yeah, these will save you like an actual amount of weight. Like, you'll actually save weight. Oh, wow! What an incredibly disjointed stream. So the chat is all jacked up. We're just gonna charge forward. This is my full-time job. CiottiFPV.com has a million ways that you can support me. You can click some stuff down here for free. Bell, thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. Over on CiottiFPV.com, I have a bunch of affiliate links, which are also for free. If you or anybody that you know is ever doing an order on Amazon, if you grab my affiliate link and anyone clicks that link before they place their order, I will get 1 to 6% of the total order. Also, I have affiliate links over at ohmygod.com, FPV Crate, FPV Cycle, GetFPV, and a bunch of other cool spots. Bunch of different ways that you can help me keep doing this each and every day for free. If you've got a couple extra bucks, you can shoot my way. Patreon is the best bet. There's a ton of good stuff going on on Patreon. Audio versions of all these streams, so you can just listen. A bunch of really good tech articles, Discord page, daily emails when I go live, Discord notifications when I go live, Facebook notifications when I go live. There's a Teespring store with shirts and mugs and sweatshirts. There's a Fiverr page where I can work for you to help you fly better, help you tune better, help you build better with the right parts. And then there's an Etsy store with some really cool stickers. So do it. Click the link. Freelojo just dropped it. And click some buttons. It helps me out. And I can keep doing these things full time. Pyro drone race wires. I have a set of stators. That's not the one. I don't know where they are. But I have a set of stators where the see how the pads on these are offset? No, you can't, because Logitech can't do anything right. Just take my word for it. I got these for a specific reason. You don't need to know the reason. It's a pretty boring reason anyway. Come on, get out of there. I'm gonna get caught up on the chat in a second. My God, what a couple of Tramp HVs I had actually run low because I need to put them in the. I don't need to, but I'm going to put them in the bind and fly glides that I'm building to sell to you guys. And then I got a bunch of micro batteries. I'm doing the 4S450 thing, and there's a couple new ones. So, all right. Well, more than likely, full send. So this is a full send 4S450. This is the exact sticker that Tattoo puts on their batteries. So I'm gonna go out on not much of a ledge here, and yeah, this is all wrapped up in the exact same way that Tattoo wraps up their R lines. So I'm gonna go on a little bit of a ledge here, and say that these full send batteries are just Tattoo batteries rebranded. I don't know that for sure, but they are. They use the same stupid balance plug protector thing, and let me guess, there's going to be the same stupid white glue in here. Let's see. Oh no, there's no white glue in there, but still, yeah, I bet you these are Tattoo batteries. I'll fly it and pound on it, and we'll see how it holds up. Next, we've got a Tattoo R-Line 4S850. These are my preferred batteries for the lightweight Cinewhoop up there on the Brother Hobby 2004s. I get a little over 5 minutes on these, and the all-up weight is like 480 grams with this battery. It's amazing. It flies so good at that weight. You can actually like freestyle the damn thing. It's really crazy. So yeah, got one more of those. Now I have two. And does anybody use these ridiculous 4S battery lead protectors? That one goes in the garbage. But if you do, let me know, and I'll send them all to you, because I just threw them away. I wasn't throwing them away for a while. I saved a ton of them, and then there's a chance that I threw the whole big bag away. But there's also a chance that I still have that big bag. Yeah, so I just opened that full send battery, and now I'm opening this Tattoo R-Line, and they're just identical. They're identical even down to the Made in China sticker. It's the exact same Made in China sticker, and it's placed in the exact same spot. So the full send batteries are just Tattoos. I don't know if they're Tattoo R-Lines. Even the box. The box is the same style box that Tattoo uses. So unless the full send batteries are cheaper than the Tattoo batteries, you might as well just buy the Tattoo batteries. Because they're the same thing. Alright. And now to the exciting stuff. Not yet to the exciting stuff. We've got one more 4S 450. My 4S 450s have all pretty much shit the bed, so I had to get a couple more here. This is an Apex 4S 450, and this is not a Tattoo battery. This is in a totally different packaging. It doesn't have... Yeah, this is definitely not a Tattoo. This might be this might be made by GNB though. There aren't that many battery factories. This happens with motors too. We have like 10 different brands of motors, but I think there's only like 3 motor factories. So there's a lot of white labeling going on, which is pretty standard. I mean, that's not a bad thing. So yeah, Apex 4S 450. We'll see how this is. My Scott Gillen. What? Yeah, maybe this is a GNB. Not sure. Ooh, we can. You know what? We can actually test that. Let me see. I've got a GNB right here. Yeah, it's a GNB. It's totally a GNB. Yeah. It's a cooler looking label than a GNB, but it's a GNB. So, yeah, we've got two new battery manufacturers. Each one of them being made by our existing battery manufacturers. Which, you know, whatever. Is what it is. Yeah, this is the Apex is totally a GNB, 100%. Whatever. Different labels. If nothing else, the different labels make it easier to kind of like differentiate them, right? Like you can buy 2 GNBs and have the same label and get them confused in your bag, or you can buy 1 Apex and 1 GNB, and then they've got completely different labels. Or you can buy 2 GNBs and take a goddamn Sharpie and write the number 1 on one and the number 2 on the other. But I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Now for the exciting bit. Some new motors. I already opened these up. I couldn't wait, and I opened these up, and I'm not sad right now, which is important. But I'm gonna open this one up first. This is the Mamba Toka 1606 3750 kV. It even says on the bottom, racing motor. Those of you that are super tuned in know what's about to happen. I'm going to take this and I'm going to spin it, and I'll just let you hear it. First person in the chat to say what's going on with that wins nothing. So yeah, this one's a disappointment. It just ruined the surprise, but yeah, Dauntless, yeah. Hideously, I mean, like, crazy notchy. So definitely do not buy the Mamba Toka 1606. It's really a shame. It also only has a 1.5 millimeter motor shaft. So definitely don't buy it because of that as well. I'm actually gonna check that with the caliper. I don't really think I need to, but I cannot. I'm very... Fucking... Why? Why do they do this? Oh, I'm wrong. Thank God. Okay, it's a 2 millimeter shaft. Okay. Woo! Same motors I shared. They came on the take hand, says Freelojo. Freelojo, did you get them off of there yet? What the hell happened to this screw? Yo, I'm gonna light this fucking douchebag's pickup truck on fire if he doesn't stop fucking ass raping up and down in front of the goddamn kids play area. Yeah, so bad motors are bad. Don't buy these. Alright, let me just tie these in a knot here, and I will put that away and never think about it ever again. Maybe there's some good motor screws in here. Oh, there actually might be. Those might be interesting little motor screws. Okay, cool. So I'll take this all apart, and at least I'll get a little clear container out of it. Let me peel this off here. Freelojo, you don't happen to want or need one more, right? Do you? Went to FPV cycle 2203/4 high KV. It got orders of magnitudes better with those FPV cycle motors, right? More runtime, more power, less Jello, I'm sure. Alright, so I paid $15 for a clear plastic round container that I have 7,000 of from the F40 Pro 4s, but you know what? It's worth it. I do it for you guys. You're the best. Somebody's got to be the guinea pig, and it might as well be me. Come on! Get off of there. Sticker. Oh, don't rip like that. Don't rip like that. You know what? Fuck you. I wasted $15 on nothing. It's 9 o'clock. Everybody go. Hey, Mod, drop a link to Bot Grinder's stream, please. Everybody go watch Bot Grinder and then come back. I'm going to do some boring stuff tonight. Or at the very least, open up a second tab, put Bot Grinder up on that second tab. Give the man your watch hours. This is his time slot. I'm the intruder. Go, go, go. This is the one. This is the reason why I'm not super angry. This is the Toka 1505 3800 kV. It does say racing motor, but they're liars. This is a freestyle motor, boys and girls. Ready? Give it a listen. Can't hear anything, can ya? That's a good thing. Could use the motor, and yes, take hand is way better now. Need a VTX and camera. Freelojo, it's all yours. Shoot me a message and somewhere, and remind me, and I'll throw it in a I'll throw it in an envelope for you.
Workbench soon?
Yeah. What's up?
I need to record something. I'll wait till you go to the work.
Oh no, you're fine.
Here on my own audio.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna wait till you go to the workbench, so it's not.
Yeah, Freelojo, hit me up and I will send this to you. I'm putting it there so that I remember. This is really good news. This is we now have another option for a 15 millimeter wide stator. I can't say that I understand why the hell the 1506 is stupidly notchy and the 1505 isn't, but I don't really care. So this is awesome. This is a really good motor. This is good for Ripsqueak. This is good for... Christ, there's a chance this will make enough power for a goddamn Acrobrat. I'm going to be getting 3 more of these, and... yeah. This is... I'm really excited about this. So now we've got the Emax 1306, we've got the RCX 1306, we've got the Brother Hobby 1504.5, and now we've got this Toka 1505. We're getting there, man. We are getting there. Now we just need a half decent T-mount propeller, which I wanted to mention. So I flew the Ripsqueak on the HQ 3x3x3s, hoping that they would be more durable, and I completely forgot about this problem that happens with these HQ 3x3x3s all the time. This happened on the very first crash. So these HQ 3x... I totally forgot about this, but yeah, these HQ 3x3x3s are actually less durable than the Emax Avan 3-inch props and the Gemfan 3028s, because this happens, because the blades just break off at the hub. So yeah, really sucks, but I don't know. I'm getting really frustrated with the 3-inch T-mount prop situation. Let me play you guys a little bit of flight footage. I upped my rotational rate to 800 degrees per second on my very last battery today, and it's kind of interesting. So let me play a little bit of flight footage here. Oh man, none of my windows are open or anything. Oh my god, this is a fucking nightmare. Goddamn computer. You had to shut off like all the way like that? That really messed me up. KV is 3,800, which is plenty. I would love a little bit more, but beggars can't be choosers. You know what I mean? Alright, let me give you guys something to watch real quick here. I will be back I'm just going to give you the full audio so you can hear it and everything. As opposed to me giving you the full audio so that, you know, your hair catches on fire. I don't know. I'll be back.
43s. Hey, last battery. Beep, beep.
So here I'm going from 700 to 800. Look at the difference. So, yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about 800? Did you happen to notice why? I'll be impressed if somebody can guess why I did that. There was a specific reason. What's up, DJ CJX? Hey, let me give you guys a second to type that into the chat, and let me get caught up on the chat. I mean, not super caught up because of all the technical issues, but less less obese quads. Obese quads must have his rigs on a diet. I love it. FPV Trucker DQ3 Betancourt Richard BeepTube Nathaniel LaBouffe Dauntless FPV Moto Ref AA P Richard Scott in the house Finn FPV Drone Goats Tiago Ramos Odyar Dan Richmond Scott Gillen Freelojo again Finn FPV again Drone Goats again me typing in the chat Luong Nguyen or Nguyen rather. Less obese quads again, FPV Trucker, Nathaniel LaBouffe, Richard, P. Richard Scott, Dauntless, DQ, less obese quads, Kaiser Soze, Halfboard, Freelojo, Richard, Mark B. Okay. People that have tagged me, so hey, if you want to talk directly to me, just type my name, CiottiFPV. When you do that, it will light up an orange, and then I will know that you're talking to me. The people that have tagged me so far, FPV Trucker saying, hey, Drone Goat saying, used your PIDs for my tiny whoop from the live stream. Man, it's just another flying the crap out of for months. Thanks. You're certainly welcome, Drone Goats. Tiago says, so good the video, had to watch it on the TV. Amazing flying, really like the flow. Thanks, Tiago. Yeah, hey, moderators, can you drop a link to the Finn FPV edits? CiottiFPV Flies edit that just went up. Finn, thanks, brother. Super cool. Let me know when you're ready for another one. I've got shitloads of flight footage. You guys should hire Finn to edit your flight footage because he did an amazing job and he'll do just as amazing of a job for you. So hit him up, Finn FPV, and yeah, he'll make you look like $1 million like he did for me. Tiago says, in some parts the YouTube compression just mangles the image. Oh, yeah, hey, Finn, down the very bottom of my description on all my videos is a link to Matt, you'll see it. Those are the really good settings for YouTube. You end up pushing everything out at 4K, even if it's 1080 or 2.7, but then the way that he has the bitrate and the 4K setup, it tells YouTube, hey, don't compress the shit out of this. And yeah, it works really well. So it's in for everybody. Down the very bottom of my description is the Premiere export settings that you should be using if you're in Premiere. Freelojo says, greetings from somewhere on planet Earth. Finn FPV says, I can try upscaling 2.7 next time. Better YouTube encoding. Yep, we will get it. No sweat. Scroll. Finn says no audio. FPV Trucker says I'm home recovering from prostatectomy. Ooh, watching on the 75-inch on the couch in the living room. Richard says no audio. Thanks, guys. It's good. Audio good now. Cool. Halfboard says thanks. And then my computer just shit the bed for no reason. Fumenciano says it's always something. Time for CiottiFPV Computer Fund. I've got a much newer computer here. I just need to order a 4-drive. It'll be up soon. Richard says it's good now. Blitz FPV says racing my first regional event tomorrow. Wish me luck. Very cool, Blitz. You got that shit, man. Go get it. Freelojo says, what battery do you use on the Acrobat Duo? 4S850. Mikhail Hagerstrom says, where do you recommend mounting VTX on a glide frame? In the rear, we're going to be doing we're going to figure out where the hell the electrical noise is getting. You're going to see in my glide in a minute, Mikhail. Hang up for a bit. Richard says, Adam, the giveaway packages, that's a really good idea. CMYK says, what's up, dude? What's up, brother? Freelojo says, same motors I shared. They came with a take. Okay, good. We're good there. Talked about that. Freelojo says, doing now on Patreon. Jason Crabtree says, does that 1505 have a C-clip? It does. Very, very rare that these micromotors don't have C-clips. You know what is nice that this has that BBB does? These might be made by BBB. You're probably not going to be able to see it because Logitech webcams suck a bag of dicks. But you see that milky whiteness there? That's a little protector in between the windings and the base, so that if your screw is a little bit too long and it would have touched the windings, it's going to touch this white plastic stuff. To hopefully prevent a short. If it's really too long and you just crank it, it's going to push right through this plastic. But I mean, this plastic doesn't weigh anything, and so yeah, it's a really, really good idea. Like I said, BBB motors have done this for a long time. And it's just a really cool little simple thing. Balls. Hold on. Oh my god, everything went everywhere. Nah. Come on, get in there. Get in there. There we go. Better. Okay. Sly RoboCup Gaming says, can you tell my dog to get off me, please? Sly Robo Dog, stop it. No. No. Freelojo says, what kV is that motor? 3800. Right? Yes, 3800. The other one that's super notchy, oh my god, it is so notchy, is 3750. So the 1606 is 3750. The 1505 is 3800. I am really looking forward to getting 4 more of these and putting these on to some... Yo, I might put these on the Acrobrat. I really like those 1804s on the Acrobrat, but man, I could cut some weight with these. I'm not going to put them on the Acrobrat because I'm not going to run T-mount props on that heavy of a rig. But I am going to put these onto a Ripsqueak or onto another 3-inch build. And yeah, that's going to be gnarly. Tiago says, what's the model of the Brother Hobby? Tornado? No. Tornadoes are Brother Hobby's crazy notchy motors. Stay away from the Tornadoes. The VY. VY is some military acronym for lightweight. And so, yeah, the Brother Hobby VY motor line are nice and smooth, and they're also very lightweight. So, yeah, Brother Hobby VY 1504.5s are what's on this little fella, this Ripsqueak, and also they're what's on my lightweight Cinesplorer, the 2004s. Dauntless says, YouTube did the thing. He says, by the way, I don't know why you would ever use an 1104, but if you ever do, the T-motors are nice and smooth, gentle, and T-mount screws, they strip like crazy. 1104s are good for 2-inch propellers, Dauntless. That's really the best. Like a 2-inch 4-blade, 1104 would be a good option on there. I would kind of prefer like a 1203 though, to be honest. But yeah, they'll give you a little bit more at the top of the throttle than a 1203. DJ says, what's up? Blitz says, oh, we got that. Dauntless says, bounce back testing. No. Close though. Luong says, I literally laugh out loud when you call my name. How bad am I pronouncing it? Is it is your first name just pronounced long? Is the U silent? I know Nguyen is supposed to be Nguyen, right? Like the N is relatively silent, but it still affects the G a little bit. Slide by says, what's up? DJ says, not sure if it'll work, but I'm going to test using Cat 7 shielded cable between electronics. It should cut down on the electrical noise and the RF interference. My father actually told me to try that. He said it would be a pain in the ass to solder to it, though. And I just said, screw it. Dauntless says, toothpick AO replacement and 2 1104s on my 2-inch rig after I test the ESC firmware kits, fire and a crash. Goodbye A-Team and True Blue Jay Tones. Waiting for official release. Sly RoboCop Gaming says, that's funny you called my dog RoboDog. Long says, what's the difference between notchy and not notchy? Basically, notchy motors create a bunch of vibrations, and I build micros with HD cams on board, and one of the hardest things to do with these micros, with these HD cams, is get rid of Jello. And so the notchy motors will always produce Jello in these HD cams. The other issue is the notchy motors are very difficult to tune because they pour all these vibrations into the gyro. So you can't tune them well, and then you get Jello. So realistically, notchy motors are only for racing. Because it doesn't really, your tune doesn't really matter in racing, and you're not getting HD. So yeah, I have an edit here on the channel about notchy motors with a bunch of really good info. Check the FPV edits section on my channel page for that. Again, if you guys don't have bot grinders live stream up, I'm gonna kill you hard in your face. I am in his time slot. You should be watching him, and then you should come back to me when he's done. Go. At the very least, open up a second tab, and yeah, give him the watch hours. Long Nguyen. Okay. Oh, the G. Okay, Nguyen. All right, got it. Thanks, Long. Dauntless says, I have 3S 7500 2-inch quad blade on 1104s. Very cool, Dauntless. I feel like we might have talked about that at one point, but if we didn't, good pick. HQ 3x3x3s going in the garbage can because they're just worthless. Toka 1505 box. I'm actually going to save this box. Because they're good motors, I will save the box. And I'll put it on my shelf of boxes. Okay. Let's take a super quick look at the Ripsqueak flight footage from the HQ props, because I'm very curious if there was immediately Jello. There should have been the beginning of the first battery should have been nice and smooth, and Jello free. If the HQ 3x3x3s are well enough balanced. In the past, they have not been. So this will be a really good little test here. Ooh, this memory card is called Wanglebork. That's a good one. Okay, so it should be... Why is there DVR on here? That's odd. Okay, so it should be this one. Let's take a look. Why is it so underexposed like that? All right, hopefully it'll smooth out in a second. Wow, no Jello right away. Little bit of Jello. We'll see. Maybe it'll clear up. Come on, computer. Please. Please. There we go. Thank you. Okay, Jello's not bad. Jello's not too bad. Okay, that's good. But after the first crash, the Jello's probably gonna get brutal. But let's take a look. Turn this horrible noise down. And I really wanted to shoot that little tree gap there, but I really try to hold back with the 3-inch rigs because, man, they do not crash well. I'm really starting to notice how much these little cameras struggle with so there's the first crash. How much they struggle with light to dark transitions. They're just so slow. This is the best recovery ever. Ready? So I'm like inside the bush, right? Ready? Here, check this out. Ooh, can't do that with a 5-inch rig. So now there's probably going to be Jello. If there wasn't before, now there's definitely going to be. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, it's worthless. Yep. So, oh, man. Well, no, it's not as bad as I thought. The one propeller was really bent. Let's see if it... I bent the one back. No, there's a shitload of Jello. There's a ton of mid-throttle vibes. I tried bringing the PIDs down. I brought the PIDs down by 10 across the board, and it started to bounce back. So I pushed them up by 5, and that fixed it. But, yeah, even with really smooth motors, there's still this struggle with micros to have them be even remotely durable. Like, basically, after every crash, you have to change the props out. All right, so then we've got a second battery here. Let's take a quick look. Only in the HD. You can't really tell in the FPV feed. But, I mean, for me, like, everything I fly has HD on it. So, HD is an absolute necessity. Let's give my computer a second to, you know, find its will to live. Thank you, compute. Nope, not yet. Still hasn't found its will to live. Alright, so let's see how... it doesn't look great. I mean, if you just keep fucking wiggling and flopping around, you can barely see the, you can barely see the Jello, but, I mean, it's there. Yeah, it's there. I mean, the flight characteristics are amazing, and I've been really focused on the flight characteristics for a while now. So I'm really glad that I'm there, but now I just gotta figure out how to get this damn thing to be durable, because, like, I can't change props after every crash. That's absolutely ridiculous. Maybe the Insta360 Go 2 is the answer, but man, that's kind of an expensive answer. I would really love to figure out how to get the run cam going. Although, I don't know, I mean, this isn't not watchable. It's just the light to dark is just brutal. And this computer not being able to handle 4K files certainly doesn't help. Jackass! And that was it. So, yeah. Baby steps. Baby steps. Freelojo said... Oh, wait, no, we got that. Wait, no, we didn't. Freelojo says, swap the 1104 4200s on my iFlight 136Rs Turbo B to the Zing Camo 1105 4500s. It's crazy fast for a sub 200 gram 3-inch. Very cool, Freelojo. Less Obese Quad says, can Jello get tuned out? It cannot. I'm comparing my Glide to this QAVS I just built. Same motors, better electronics. The QAV has bad Jello. So it depends on where the Jello is coming from. On these little guys, the Jello comes from bent propellers and notchy motors, typically. On 5-inch rigs, well, it also depends on the camera. If you're getting Jello with like a GoPro Session, that's a problem. Like, that's a lot of vibrations. QAVS I just built compared to the Glide. The easiest thing you can do to answer the question of whether or not the Jello is coming from the tune or if it's coming from the mechanical system, Obese Quads, is to drop your P gains down by like 10 or 15 or even 20. So drop all your P gains down by like 20 points and drop all your D gains down by 20 points and then fly it. And if the Jello goes away, then the Jello is being caused by your tune. If there's still Jello there, then the Jello is being caused by, mechanically. So yeah, that's the easiest way to kind of figure it out. Mike Duran is in the house. What's up, brother? Dude, we gotta get some good T-mount 3-inch propellers, brother. I'm struggling. I am struggling on the 3-inch T-mount thing. Let's grab the bag of all of the 3-inch T-mount propellers that have ever been made, and let's look through them. So that in the interim, maybe I can keep digging around to see if I can find something that's a little bit more durable, and is also well balanced. So that bag is in here. Oh, look at that. It's right on top. Isn't that nice? It's almost like I was just in this bag. Oh, I know. I remember now. I even took them out. The old school GemFan 3035s. Right. I took them out because I meant to fly them. I think I put them in here. No. Oh God, where did I put them? There they are. Okay, so let's do a quick test. We're gonna test the OG GemFan 3035s, which I used to absolutely love, but these are based off of a pusher prop. That's how old they are. And like, prop design has come a long way since then. There's GemFan Hobby in the chat as well. They're the same person, guys. That's why I'm laughing. Here they are. Okay, so the GemFan 3028 is a good propeller, but it's just a little thin, and it's also kind of an old propeller. Let's really quickly test these against these in terms of durability. I have a bunch. These 3035s are kind of hard to find. But I have these yellow ones that I don't love. So we're gonna do oh wow, I forgot that these were so thin. Well, you know what, let's weigh them. And thin isn't necessarily bad. Sometimes thin will allow the propeller to bend and then bend back. These are crazy thin though. 3035s are 1.4 grams. 3028s are either 1.5 or 1.6. 1.6. Okay, so the 3028s are a little bit heavier. The reason why weighing propellers is important with durability testing is that the weight typically has a lot to do with the durability. So let me fire up the other camera, and we're gonna bend these until the point where they break. All right? I mean, they're not going to break, but they're going to crease. So, all right, ready? So I'm just pushing directly in this way. As what would happen in a crash. All right? So we got that all the way around. And now I'm going to do the same with this one. And I'll tell you which one was okay, this one is way easier. Yeah, okay, so this one is way easier. So the 3028s are going to crash better than the 3035s. Well, in theory. In theory they are. What I'm interested in, let's try one more thing. Let's stress the propeller in by the hub, because the other thing that can happen is the blade will blow off by the hub. That's what the HQs do, and that's not good, because that's a propeller that is going to leave you stranded up on a roof. So let's really flex this 3035 right at the hub. And okay, so that's what I want to see. I want to see it crease like that. I don't want it to break. So that's actually kind of nice. And now, what do I have to do to get it to break? Is the next question. A lot. That was really, really difficult to get that to let go. Let's try the same thing on this 3028. Grab it in here. And pretty similar. Pretty similar. Now let's see how much we have to do to get it to wow, that's a lot. That's about the same amount. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the same plastic. Okay, cool. So it just now finally let go. There. Okay. So I'm going to put these 3035s on because they're lighter weight, and I'm curious. I'm curious how they're going to perform compared to the 3028s. So let me do that. Let me throw this in here. I'm going to leave these out. And all right, yeah, so the Rip Squeak is going to get a set of these 3035s. They do make them in clear, which is awesome. That is a high left. I need a high right. There's a high right. And then I'm going to do 2 blue ones. That's a high left. And there's a high right. Okay, cool. So the next time I go out with the Rip Squeaks, they're going to be on these 3035s. I'm actually going to put both Rip Squeaks on these 3035s. So let me get a second set out because I also want to do head-to-head testing of the 1306s versus the 1504.5s. And then I need a high left blue. All right, awesome. DJ CJX says, or anyone else, noob question, but what causes black line rolling shutter in FPV feed, intermittent at best? Usually the receiver in your goggles, DJ. Check your receiver. Fly with somebody else and see if they're getting the same thing. Tiago says, I think I heard we need better T-mount props, right? Jeff Ben. Yeah. Yeah, Mike, we need we just need a higher pitch 3016. That's really all we need. I mean, I broke it all down in that Instagram message. But yeah, and it's fine if it's heavier because we've got big old motors now. The 1306s have a ton of stator volume. These 1504.5s are awesome as well. And now these Toka 1505s, we've got some beastly motors. So we can handle some weight on these propellers. We just need the durability. We're gonna go through though in a second here, boys and girls, all of the current options that we have for 3-inch T-mount, and I mean the best options at the moment are GemFan. It's the 3028s. Probably less so these 3035s, but you never know, which is why I want to test them. I've used these 3035s on so many different rigs over the last 4 years, and they have been phenomenal over and over and over again. When these 3028s came out like a year and a half ago, I remember them being better than these 3035s, but those were on smaller motors. This is the first time that we've got bigger motors. So you never know. These might be they might be magically better again. They won't, more than likely, but it's worth a quick test. And I'm also very curious how they crash. I mean, there's a chance. There's a lot of black magic in crashes. There's a lot, not black magic. There's a lot of weird things that happen during crashes. And like bendy propellers, I mean, maybe they'll crash better. You never know. It's really hard to tell. You just got to sort of test it and find out. So we're gonna do that. But yeah, if it would be really really cool to just basically have a scaled down 5143, like a 3-inch T-mount 5143 would change everything for these rigs. With a nice beefy, nice and strong in here by the hub, but then that new school GemFan blade profile that we all love, right? Like the 5143s are just like amazing. I mean, I like so many people are switching over to 5143s. It's crazy. One by one, when people fly them, they're just like, oh, well, these are the best mix of durability, flight performance, efficiency, power, and, you know, balance. It's kind of cool to see people to see people fly them and just be like, oh yeah, these, definitely these. So yeah, if we could get a T-mount 3-inch version of that. Ooh. Ooh. I will send this thing down the side of the biggest buildings I can find. Jason Crabtree says, after heating some motors up flying home a really messed up prop, no choice, decided to create a super mellow limp home PID profile in Betaflight. Not a bad idea, Jason Crabtree. You can even turn on advanced mode in Betaflight and put that on a switch. If you want me to show you how to do that, let me know. Just tag me again, and I can quickly show you how to do that. Do you guys know that? You can put PID profiles on a switch. You can take a 3-way switch on your radio, and you can have the 3-way switch very easily toggle between PID profile 1, 2, and 3. It'll take you like 3 seconds to do it. It's super easy. So there we go. Ripsqueak on the 1504.5s is on these OG, super OG GemFan 3035s for some more testing. Maybe tomorrow, although I think it's supposed to pour tomorrow. Smooth and Groovin' is in the house. He says, how many days have you gone with having your lipos fully charged until you've flown them? I mean, I've forgotten for months before. But I really try to only... I mean, the less time... I know what you're asking, Smooth and Groovin'. The less time, the better. If you wait more than a week, they're going to fly like ass. So, like, if they've been charged for more than a week, you probably just want to discharge them if you have a discharger, or just go fly them, you know? But yeah, more than a week, it's bad. And it also starts to hurt the battery. So you got to try to not do that, but it happens to all of us, man. So don't feel bad. It's not just you. Here's the other Ripsqueak. We are going to take this off of the Emax Avan 3-inch props, and we're going to put it onto the GemFan 3035s. Let's do that really quickly here. And then we're going to jump over to the Glide. CMYK says, show us the PIDs on a switch method. Sure. Look how easy this is. All right. Plug in your little flight controller. You push F15 on your keyboard to show everyone your screen. You hope that you don't have any porno on it. You launch Betaflight. So you hit connect, and you hit this button right up here. Enable expert mode. Turn that on. And when you turn that on, more, look over here. More things appear. See that? And the one that you're looking for is adjustments. All right. So you're going to hit adjustments. It's going to open up this screen. So you enable one, and then you pick whichever channel on your radio it's going to be, right? So if it's your aux 3 switch, you open this range all the way up, and then in the then apply, you pull this down, and where the hell is it? Where is it? I went past it. Oh, maybe you can't. There's the rate profile selection, but there needs to be PID profile selection. Really? I thought you could do it. RC rate adjustment, RC expo, throttle expo adjustment, pitch and roll rate adjustment, yaw rate adjustment, pitch and roll P, pitch and roll I, pitch and roll D, yaw P, yaw I, yaw D. So you can switch your rates. Pitch rate, roll rate, pitch P, pitch I. Oh, you know what? You actually can't. I think I remember Joshua mentioning this. PID audio selection, pitch roll, LE LED profile, OSD, feed forward transition. Yeah, I guess you can't. I vaguely remember Joshua mentioning that there's a reason that you can't do it. But you can just land and go into the OSD and do it. But yeah, this adjustments thing is pretty slick. So what you're doing by opening up this range is just like the modes tab. So the when the switch, yeah, it's the switch moves, and then and you need to match up this via channel on the same aux. So if you're putting it on aux 3 switch, you want to put this via channel on the aux 3. I use this for OSD. I use it for different OSD profiles on the Tiny Whoops. Yeah, I totally forgot that you can't actually do that. Do it with the pits. Okay. I'm a liar. Sorry to get your hopes up. There's some reason that you can't do it. But yeah, you can just do it in the OSD. Just land and trigger it. CMYK calls me a liar. Well deserved. Well deserved. DJ says, thanks, man. Running a TBS Fusion after the update. After update, it turned Wi-Fi on, shut it off, and the shutter went away. Somebody just came to a screeching halt outside. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Driftaholic says, Driftaholic didn't tag me, but I just happened to see his comment. He says, what if you fly every day? Is it okay to charge them up to full so they're ready for the next day? Absolutely. They still end up spending the whole time sitting charged, LOL. Yeah, Driftaholic, because you're cycling them. They like to be cycled between, I mean, they don't like it, but just leaving them sit fully charged. Well, you know what it is? I mean, actually, they don't like being cycled. When they're cycled, they wear. And they... So, like, for example, right? If you were to charge all your batteries up to full and just let them sit for 6 months, they wouldn't be... The internal resistances and the performance would not be as good as they would have if you'd flown them in the first week, all right? So, like, you would hurt them a little bit. But if for those 6 months you charged them and discharged them, charged them and discharged them, charged them and discharged them, they would be in worse shape, all right? But if instead of leaving them charged for those 6 months, you'd put them at storage voltage for those 6 months, they would be they would be in the best shape ever. So charging, discharging, charging, discharging, that wears them down. They're gonna wear out the quickest doing that. It's just the way it works. Letting them just sit there charged is the second worst abuse, and then the least abuse is to put them at storage voltage. Does that make sense? That should make sense. So yeah, it needlessly leaving them fully charged for long periods of time needlessly hurts them. You want to put them at storage charge. But it doesn't hurt them as much as using them, right? Like, it doesn't help them to be charged and discharged. It just cycles them. You get use out of them. Our lipos are not super resilient. Like, expect to buy new batteries, especially if you're flying every day. Expect to buy all fresh batteries every, like, 4, 5, 6 months probably. I mean, it really depends on how often you over discharge them. But yeah. Drifterholic says, so ideally you want to fly, fill to storage for the night, then fill them up right before flying the next day. Technically speaking, yes. Technically speaking, that is the perfect cycle. But instead of that, what you should do is fly them down to roughly storage, fly them down like a little bit below storage voltage, and then just let them sit until you're ready to charge them. If you charge them up at night and you let them sit fully charged overnight, it's fine. It's like that period of time is not that big of a deal. But technically speaking, absolutely, you are correct. You want to leave them at storage voltage for the... So I guess that's the long and short of it. You want to leave them at storage voltage as long as humanly possible, and then you want to charge them up and have them fully charged as little as possible, basically. Yeah. But that's kind of crazy. Charge them when it's convenient to charge them, and then just try not to let them... I mean, to be really honest, just don't over-discharge them. That's the thing that really hurts batteries, is over-discharging them. That's how you kill batteries. If you don't overcharge your battery, if you don't over-discharge your batteries, they'll last for a long time. And if you crash, you'll end up physically damaging your batteries before they're dead. By just crashing inverted and leaving big dents in them. Driftaholic, when in the future, when you want me to read your comments, just type CiottiFPV, and it'll light up in orange. A lot of times I don't read comments that don't have my name lit up in orange, and those are really good questions. So yeah, if you got more questions like that, make sure you type my name because I want to read your comments. All right. RCX 1306s are now on old school, super lightweight GemFan 3035s. This is going to be a cool little test. I'm really interested in how these crash. I'm also really interested in how they deal with Jello. If they have Jello, and then after they crash, how they deal with Jello. Check the arms. So, my steering wheel and pedals came today, and it's rad. It's too big and had... no, I could probably swing it. I mean, I'm not going to actually swing it, but you know what I'm saying. Wait, no you don't. Oh god, it is heavy. Oh, fucker. So, I wanted to do this so that you guys can see how the pedals use the space in the bottom, right? So the pedals stay attached, and then the wheelbase stays attached as well. Good lord. So the pedals just fold out, and then this folds out. See it? And then, yeah, and it's amazing. And then it all folds up to stand up like this. Whew. So that's the play seat challenge seat, which folds up and then unfolds, and then that's the Thrustmaster T300 steering wheel and pedals. Amazing combination. Quasimodo says, can GemFan 3016 work with a 1505? I mean, they'll work, Quasimodo, but they won't make much thrust. It's just not enough. That's just not enough pitch to to make the right amount of thrust that a motor that big is going to be able to produce. Driftaholic says, do you drive Sims in VR? I do not, although my dad has the PlayStation VR goggles, and they make him nauseous. So I'm going to bug him to send them to me. The problem is I think I need a PlayStation 4 Pro to use the damn things. So, and which I don't have. So, yeah, just more nonsense. Dauntless says, no joke, short saver just saved my quad from going kill mode. Just a 2-inch, but has drawn a lot of blood before. Torquetastic says, thoughts on dynamic idle. I got it set up on my TP3s, just haven't flown yet. Bumped my D-shot idle up a bit with it. I use it. I use the dynamic idle, Torquetastic. In like the theory behind it and the purpose makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of people don't use it. I don't even know if Mark Spatz really uses it, which basically tells me that the effect that it has is little to nothing, but it doesn't hurt anything, and it's very easy to turn on. So, fuck it. You know what I mean? Might as well. It can only help, basically, is what I'm saying. Dauntless had the motor box checked and was switching from Blue Jay to Betaflight, one twitch and it tripped. Wow, that's creepy. That's sick that you can fold it. Mine is OG and very bulky. Less obese Quad says. Yeah, that was an absolute requirement. I wouldn't have gotten any of that stuff if there wasn't that seat. Ramdongo says pretty sweet chair setup. Yeah, I really like it, and it's really, there's a lot of, man, I'll tell you what, I had to adjust. So the seat has it's basically a lawn chair, right? But the back part of the seat that you sit in, it's got an adjustment in the front, it's got a middle adjustment, it's got an adjustment right below your butt, and then it's got a lumbar adjustment. I had to adjust all three of those other than the lumbar to get myself properly. Then it's got adjustments where to be armrests. I had to adjust those to get myself flattened out. Then I had to move, there's a plate that comes up and over here to mount the wheel on. I had to take that plate apart and push the plate further back because like they sell this thing for everybody, right? So it kind of comes set up for like little kids. So I had to move the plate back and then the pedals, I had to push the pedals all the hell way out. I must have spent like an hour and a half just like fiddling with this damn thing so that my big lanky ass would be able to fit in it. But it is now correct. It's now like absolutely in the right position. So I mean, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, I was a autocross and track day instructor for the better part of 10 years in my 20s. Spent many seasons autocrossing, a bunch of driver of the year trophies, tons of class wins, a whole refrigerator full of first in street touring, ESP, a couple other classes, magnets. In like the 8, 9, 10 years that I was an instructor, if you want to drive fast or just comfortably or just sit the way you should sit, you adjust your seat so that you can so that your feet obviously reach the pedals, but then you move forward like 1 or 2 notches. You want a little bit of a bend in your knees. The most important thing that everybody gets wrong though is you sit back in the seat with your shoulders back. Your shoulders need to touch the seat back, and you reach your arms out, and you want the top of the steering wheel to land right here on your wrist. This is the proper way to have your seat back. Shoulders back, reach out, steering wheel sits here. When you do that, you should be driving from 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock when you're on the racetrack, thumbs up and out. What it does is, by not having the wheel all the way out, you don't drive with your shoulders. You never want to be driving with your shoulders. There's no precision in that. You want to have your elbows bent so that you can drive with your elbows. And by putting the steering wheel here on your wrist, that becomes, right, the top of the steering wheel is here, so that when you grab the steering wheel, it cocks your elbows perfectly, and then you've got a lot better sort of fine motor control when you do that. And I was eventually able to get that setup perfect so that the steering wheel fell perfectly on my wrist, which was really great. I didn't think that... there was a minute that I didn't think I was going to be able to get it right. I didn't think I was going to be able to get the wheel far enough away from me. But eventually I got there, which is just awesome. So huge thumbs up, man. Play Seat Challenge. It's like $200, ton of adjustability, and I'm a big, tall bastard. I'm like 6'2". I got super long legs, like a weird torso, big, long fucking arms. So yeah, if that thing will adjust to me, it'll adjust to anybody. Kaiser Soze says, ever going to stream with your dad? I am, Kaiser. My mom and dad have been out for like 6 months in their RV. So my dad hasn't had access to Gran Turismo, but they just got home like last week. And my Christmas present to my father was a PlayStation Plus membership when he got home. So yeah, I'm going to get him a PlayStation Plus membership, and then we can play some Gran Turismo together. So I played a little bit of Gran Turismo on the wheel today just to kind of get it set up, and then I actually dove into Assetto Corsa, and I was kind of blown away, Competizione, and I've played Gran Turismo a good bit with steering wheel and pedals. I knew what to expect there. Assetto Corsa is next level though. That is gonna eat my brain, and I can't wait. Ram Donko says the tallest man in Britain used to drive a Mini, and he said it fit him better, and he couldn't afford a Rolls Royce. Love it. CMYK says you're a wizard. Torktastic says if Spats doesn't use it, why should we? I mean, mainly just it doesn't hurt. It can only help, and I think Mark doesn't use it out of laziness. To be totally honest. Not that he's a lazy. I'm not saying that he's a lazy person, because he's not. But he's got a lot going on. It's tough trying to make money off of FPV. You got to really, you got to choose your time and you got to really choose wisely what you spend your time on, and just like removing one more little thing could actually make a little bit of a difference. Especially when you remove a bunch of little things. Gonna try idle settings make a huge difference with light rigs. Yeah, it's true. I run the idle down at 5% on mine just to try to get them under control. So we're gonna go through these 3-inch T-mount props, and then we're gonna fix a glide. What are we at? An hour and 20? Okay. So these are HQ 3x1.8s. Not enough pitch. These are HQ 3x2.5s. These are unbalanced right out of the bag. I'm very tempted to throw these away, but I like to keep them as a reminder. Never, ever, 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 ever buy HQ 3x2.5s. Your rig will fly away immediately. That's how unbalanced they are. The mold, they just... Yeah, the mold is just fucked up. The mold isn't properly balanced, which is one of the big reasons that I've always been such a fan of GemFan props, because their propellers from the get-go, way back when, have always been perfectly balanced. Other than the 2040s, they made a 2040 3-blade, which was the only GemFan propeller that's ever not been balanced, but if you're going to do a 2-inch prop, you might as well do a 4-blade, so it's kind of fine that they're out of balance. These are HQ 3x1.5s, not enough pitch. These are GemFan 3016s, not quite enough pitch. These are the GemFan 3018s, they're bi-blades, no interest. These are... Oh... Right. These are discontinued. So, oh man, I wish I could get these though. I don't remember who they're made by. But these were only available on Amazon. I think they were like a copy of something. So, I would like to try these. These are Rotorex 3040s. 3044, actually. The problem with these is they put these stupid little nipples on the bottom. They put these stupid little Kernston rubber nipples on the bottom. See them? See those stupid little nipples? You don't see them because Logitech makes terrible, terrible things. See those nips down there? They're hard to... It's really hard to cut those nips totally flat, and it's very time consuming. But since I'm struggling so bad, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna leave these out, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to flush cut those nips off of those. And then these are HQ 3.1 by 3 by 4. No real interest because they're a quad blade, and they're also not all that balanced, not all that well balanced, mainly because they're a quad blade. Yeah, I guess I could file them LCV. What a fucking nightmare, though. Ooh. 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 So that's it. That's our 3-inch T-mount prop selection. Not all that great. Not a great selection of propellers. But beggars can't be choosers. Dremel the nips, that's an option, Ed. My worry about the Dremel is that I'll remove too much material and bring them out of balance. But, yeah, I don't know. 3x2.5 HQs. Total train wreck. Man, I was so excited for those propellers. And then they were out of balance. Sad. Sad days. These are the Avan, Emax Avan 3-inch. These are really good. They're not very durable, and they don't work on most motors. Avan managed to make these so that they only work on Emax motors, which is absolutely infuriating. But Emax does that a lot. And then these are the GemFan 3028s. I'm going to leave these out because they're really good. And they're probably what I'm going to end up going back to when these drive me nuts. Plus, I don't think these are all that. I don't think these Rotor X's are all that durable. No, they're not. They're not durable at all. Yeah, so these are going to fail the durability test, but I'll at least give them a shot. Not looking forward to filing all those nips off, but I'll suck it up and just do it. So there we go. Those are all the 3-inch T-mount Freestyle prop options. There are some 3-inch Cinewoop props, but putting those onto a Freestyle rig doesn't really make much sense. DJ says 3016 too low pitch for you. Absolutely, DJ. We need to be like 30 pitch and above. Sly Robocop says when you're making that groaning sound, sound like we were going to throw up. That's because I was. Tiago says wire cutter and sand the nips. That's what she said. All right. That's a good idea, Benjamin. Familiar says... Wait, no, hold on. I have two chats sitting here. Pop out chat. There we go. All right, so we're gonna fix some video noise in this glide. After I read Familiar's comment. Thoughts on running an Insta360 Go 2 on a Ripsqueak with Brother Hobby 1504.5s. All up weight right now is 195. Also, most 454S batteries run most of the length of the top plate, so it might be a tight fit. Yeah, Familiar, it's really difficult. That's one of the reasons that I don't have an Insta360 Go on my Ripsqueak at the moment, is because the batteries don't fit. It's a great combo. Those motors they have plenty of power. What you're gonna need, I'm having the exact same problem, man. What you're gonna really need to do is get rid of this. Get rid of this, because you're gonna need to hang the battery off the back here in order for it to clear, which kind of sucks. And so I've been really trying to make the RunCam hybrids on board work, and I'm pretty close, but man, I don't know. Yeah, it's very annoying. Riot9 says JB told us to turn D-Min off and not to ask why. Kind of wondering why. Because D-Min, basically because the gain, nobody turns up the gain in the advance. You can turn the gain in the advance on D-Min up to either 50 or all the way up to like 100, and it makes the D-gain go from the min to the advance quicker and earlier. It's easier to just tell people to turn it off. And then just to turn the D gain down. I'm actually gonna play around with turning it off. I hate to turn it off, but because I really like it. It really allows me to set the D max up into the fucking moon in like the 70s and the 80s, so that when it gets into hard prop wash, it has all this D gain and it just crushes the prop wash. But the problem is when you do a really quick throttle blip, you can get a little bit of a wiggle, as the D-min is ramping up and increasing. My approach is to put the D-min up so high that it's equal to what your D-gains would be if you would just to turn D-min off. So I don't really see a reason to turn it off. It's just easier to turn it off. You don't have to explain. You don't have to go through the explanation that I just went through. So, yeah. My approach is to run a very aggressive D-min as if you're just using a regular old D-gain. And then you've got the D-max as well. But that's a much longer explanation. So, Benjamin West really likes the 1504.5s. They're so smooth and light for the power they give in 4S. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, let's weigh one of those 1504.5s versus this Mamba 1505. How about that? What do you think of that? I think I should have an extra one. I better. If not, I'm a bad micro king. Hey, I do. Look at me go. I can tell you right now, this Toka is going to be way heavier. Way, 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 way heavier. Oh, man. I only have one with cut down wires on it. Damn. I guess there's a chance that I have one with full wires in my motor box. But I really doubt it. No. Nope. Nope. Damn. Well. Oh well. I mean, we'll still weigh them. It's not gonna mean anything because I don't know what the wires weigh, but I mean we can weigh them. I'm tempted to chop the wire. Nah, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna chop the wires on the Toka. I'm doing this for you guys. You guys better appreciate this. For the collective. Ooh, I did it. I did it. I did it. For the love of the collective. Brother Hobby VY 1504.5. 10.4 grams. 10.3 grams. Toka Mamba 1505 3800. Not bad. 11.3. 1 extra gram. So 0.5 millimeter of extra stator height. 1 extra gram. Motor shafts are the same thickness. And oh, that's interesting. No, it's about the same. Yeah, it's about the same. Both of them are 12 by 12. Wow, man. We have two 15 millimeter wide motor options. That is just ridiculous. If we could just get a goddamn 16 millimeter, I would be even happier. But this is good, man. These Brother Hobbies are powerhouses, and these Tokas should be as well. Of course, I forgot to put it in there. And yeah, picking up like an Insta360 Go, 1 or 2. Picking up the RunCam Hybrid setup. Man, the performance is just outrageous. And for them to be smooth, so that you don't get Jello, is the cherry on top. I'm an old person now. I can say stupid, corny shit like that. I gotta go pee-pee. Are these wires anything special? No. Throw them away. No, don't throw them away. Too late. They're already thrown away. Here. This is some more 5-inch jams from today. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. The reason that I went up to 800 degrees a second is because when I'm flying forward and I want to do a pitch move to look straight backwards, either under or over, pitch down or pitch up, pitch forward or pitch back, I am under rotating. I am almost always under rotating. And when I pitch back and under rotate, it's all sky with just a little bit of ground. Moving my rotational up to 800 fixed that. I don't love how much more. I think I need to push Expo a little bit more. I don't know. I'm going to play around with it. I haven't changed my rates in a long time. So it's, I don't know. LCVFPV says, I've been getting some damn smooth, I guess that means HD footage off of a lot of Nachi motors. I got lucky with the builds, I guess. LCV, send me a link. I've literally never seen any actual smooth, non-jelloed up HD footage from a rig with Nachi motors. I've had a million people say exactly what you just said, and then they send me the footage and there's Jello all over the place. So yeah, hook a brother up. Upload some of that to YouTube. I want to see it. I've been dying for somebody to prove me wrong because I've got hundreds of dollars of Nachi motors that I can't use because I've never been able to get them to tune properly or produce non-jello-y footage. Here's some flying. I'll be right back. $18 megabytes. No, that's not it. This might be decent. Be right back.
Everything that could go wrong just did go wrong. Batteries in my transmitter are dead.
This is at 700. This is at 700 degrees of, which is my normal rates forever.
That was the stupidest crash of all time. Oh man, I gotta walk around.
Hopefully I haven't been in that tree the whole time. Right. Kaiser Soze changed from 800 from what initially? 700. I went from 700 to 800. Christopher Young saying the same thing. He's under rotating. Yeah, for a long time I've been trying to just retrain my brain to just hold the pitch forward or the pitch down longer. But it's just not, my brain is just not cooperating. So I'll try to fix it with rates and we'll see what happens. Bench time, yo. Let's dig in to this these are some of the things that we're going to be putting on the QX7 here. Let me just put those aside. But yeah, we need to figure out this video noise issue here with this glide. So let's dig in. I think that, come on. This is what happens when you buy the cheapest ball head that you can find on Amazon. That's right, I said ball head. There we go. Yeah, really, really weird video noise that comes and goes on this rig, which is very confusing. That's not the way that video noise should work, which has... Oh, and we got to change the camera out. Okay, cool. That's that makes me feel good. We'll kill two birds with two stones. Yeah, video noise should either be on or off. So I've been trying. The only thing that makes any sense to me why video noise would come and go is if it's a wiring problem and like the wires are moving around, and like the wire is moving from being right next to a really dirty source to not. But I already tried to fix it in that way, and it refused. So now I've got to try something else. I'm hoping... nice, Rusty. Everybody make sure that you got bot opened in a tab, or you're not watching me and watching him. I am in his time slot. But, I mean, I stream it's hard because I stream every day. And I went out and I flew, and then I came home from flying, and I got the stream started as early as I could. But, like, yeah, as more and more of us stream, it's just sort of inevitable that we're going to be on top of each other. Hopefully we all just keep, giving each other shout-outs, because I think that's actually better. I would love the situation to be, 4 or 5 or 6 FPV streamers at any given time, and we all just mention each other. Lava lamp light bulb burned out, unfortunately. Not DJI. No, I am an analog pleb. Yeah, it would be really cool if lots of people streamed and we all just gave each other shout-outs. I really try hard to give everybody that I know of that's streaming as many shout-outs as possible, because I just really love this format. I think it's a really good format. I think there's so much subtlety and so many different topics to kind of discuss with these things. Making a 5 or 10 or minute edit, I think loses a lot of the, not always, but it can lose a lot of the subtext. Also, it's very time consuming. It is incredibly time consuming to edit down those videos. I would much rather spend that time here on a live stream talking to you guys one-on-one, giving you guys a spot to kind of hang out and meet each other. And yeah, it's just my preferred way of existing here on YouTube, is in these live streams. I feel like I'm better at doing these live streams than I am at doing finished edits. But also, to be really honest, the big thing is it's just too time consuming. I just don't have the patience to make informational video after informational video after informational video like Joshua does. And I mean, he already does that, right? Like I just don't really see a point in having another person. Like, Joshua does such a good job at the informational videos that it's kind of like, why the hell would I do that? Like, it's just silly to have another person trying to do that. Like, as long as he's gonna keep doing it, like, I watch every single video that he makes, like, That's how good of a job he's doing. So, yeah, I think it's important to kind of carve out your own little niche. Okay, so I was really hoping that the camera ground was not going to be on the same pad as the VTX ground, but it is. And that sucks. Because I have no idea what to do. I was kind of sure that the camera ground was not on the same pad as the VTX ground. Shit. Well, this camera needs to come out anyway. And maybe it'll, I don't know. Royal Pancake says, how much longer will the MPU 6000 last and what will replace it? The MPU 6000 was discontinued almost a year ago, and we are finally now starting to see it vanish. The Talon F7 MPU 6000 flight controller that's in here is no longer available. The Newbie Drone Acro B boards are no longer available with MPU 6000s. So its days are numbered, unfortunately. Maniac says, what's up? Do you have problems turtle moding with the Glide? I can never get mine to flip over. Not at all, Maniac. Autocross gang, let's go. Maniac says with a $15 super chat. Bro, thank you. I don't know. I have like no issues at all. How, why? How is it not flipping over? Mine does, if I go full throttle, mine does like 1,000 flips. I use turtle mode very, very gently, so I can just like, and it only takes like a tiny little bit. DJ says, DJ is out of here. Let's go work in the morning. Be good, man. Thanks for hanging. Familiar says, I'll try the Insta360 Go 2 on the Ripsqueak sometime. I run the Mini Mortal T, so cutting the rear TPU works. Nice. Tattoo also has a short 4S 450, not as much punch as GNB, but still solid. Yeah, what's really annoying is GNB used to have a short 4S 450, but they discontinued it forever ago. Yeah. Maniac, are you sure that the... That's really weird, man. Are you sure that the propellers are spinning the opposite direction? Are you sure it's not pulling into the ground? I have no idea how or why that would be the case. I have never once had or heard of anybody having that issue. That's really weird. I mean, at full throttle with turtle mode, I mean, it's like a nuclear bomb going off for me. It could fucking flip a car over at full throttle. Roa Pancake says, what's going to replace the MPU 6000? I don't know. I mean, the only thing that we've got is this 32K STM gyro, which is apparently fine. Apparently the Talon Fusion, F7 Fusion, is totally fine, supposedly. Lenuzzo says, why is Ciotti streaming? It's bot grinder time. Lenuzzo, I tell everyone to, like, multiple times, if I'm going to stream on top of bot, I tell people to go over there and not to watch me. I stream every single day, though, so, like, no matter what, I'm going to bleed over other people. I mean, it's just going to happen. You know, if I'm bleeding over somebody else, though, I just give them shout-outs and tell people not to watch me. But yeah, I mean, being a daily streamer, it's yeah, there's nothing I can really do about it, unfortunately. I don't feel great about it. But yeah, I mean, the other issue is that I really can't, like, I've tried time and time again to stream during the day and nobody tunes in. I really the only time I can get any viewership is by streaming at night. But yeah, a whole bunch of times here on this, you know, and I usually do it. I totally forgot. I usually pull bot up and put him in the corner. But I forgot tonight. Probably because I've had nothing but issues on this stream so far. So if I go left monitor, pull this over, and then I can go full screen, and then I can go left monitor, and I can pull this up above. Hey, there we go. Now we got Botsy in the corner, and now I can watch him too. Just gonna open a wormhole. Thank you, Lunazo. Jackalope says you should show his stream real quick and trip him out. This is what I usually do. Usually I'll put him in the corner, or I'll just straight up play his entire stream. Like, there's been a bunch of these Friday night streams where I've just played his entire stream full screen. And I'll just sit here doing work. You know what? Ooh, I'm gonna put the Predator V5 Nano into this. Yeah. I've been meaning to check that out. This will be cool. As long as it's the same lens. Let me make sure it's got the same lens on it. 1.7. Hell yeah. All right. Cool. So we can we'll be able to compare V4 to V5. I'm in the corner!
One of the guys that I watch is usually streaming right about now, too. I'm sure I pipe this shit in. Crew's not teams, though, Troy. Yeah. I'm gonna call mine. I think they should be called teams, too. I think teams is not too bad of a... CJ Webb, right? Oh, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be fun.
What else can I, what else vulgar can I do
100%
to see in the top of bot stream?
God, I want to say so many more things.
What else can I do?
A sponsor doesn't have to be, I will say this. A sponsor doesn't have to be how it typically is, especially when you don't have a company behind it. Think about that. If there's no big company,
That's not that vulgar, though.
Because they have fucking money. What if your sponsor was just cool and only needed you
shit.
as a team, as a crew, could do cool ass shit? Wouldn't that be the way to go? Huh? Wouldn't that be the way to go? Have a team support itself so they go do cool shit and not have to worry about a company making shitty fucking products because they're worried about the fucking overhead.
Alright, it should happen soon.
What if there was a team?
There should be total
Actually just cared
chaos
about
in a
being
second over on bot stream.
And didn't make shitty products just to make fucking money. They only made quality products because they cared about reputation. Imagine,
Here comes.
imagine a
I think.
Or a team like that. But don't imagine too hard.
Oh god, it's too tall.
Just partnerships, yeah, that's the way to go. That definitely. That's some good advice. Anybody that's getting into FPV, anybody that's getting known in FPV, if you're new and you're getting known and shit, oh, you got it. Let's see how he got it.
There it is.
See how he got the fucking quadruple stream up. Let's fucking go. Don't take on a bunch of sponsors at once. Stingy also gave me that advice when I started. Don't take on a million sponsors. It's cool to say you're sponsoring shit, but really think about who you're fucking.
What motors and props on the Glide? Kaiser says T-motor F40 Pro 2s, although the Pro 4s are really good as well. And then for propellers, Gemfan 5143s.
Fanatics start FPV crypto fun and games go to like that.
That was great. That was very satisfying. Okay. Predator Nano V5 going in.
I love the strip. I'm kind of done streaming though. Anybody want
Bot's
to-
railing a dab rig over there.
Oh, get out of here. Make sure you take your-
Just getting after it.
I've edited a video, so I'll probably
Getting after it.
watch one random video.
I'll give Bot a little surprise. I got a little surprise for Bot. I'll put this at the bottom of the stream.
I'm going on a trip this weekend. I have to edit a video tonight. From
Wait, no, I gotta put it down here.
I have a new video dropping tomorrow. That's already on Patreon. If you're a patron, when it drops tomorrow, it's fun. I just had a good day driving around looking for somewhere to fly. You'll see what fucking happens. Oh yeah, cheers, Mr. Smith. Sure, bro. What the fuck was I rambling about? I don't fucking know. I got some shit to do, so I'm gonna go. But hey, I appreciate all of you very much. Cheese Maniac, Super Deluxe, CiottiFPV, Drew Airwolf.
Eight-year-olds, dude. 8-year-olds. In a couple minutes, that'll show up in the top left corner of Bot stream. Okay.
But that is a challenge.
Oh, I guess I don't have to rewire this. Well, that's kind of nice.
Eric, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I will enjoy this trip.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this silicone down. Oh God.
Challenge for next week. I did a whole explanation of it. But do I have to do the whole fucking?
I'm gonna pull this silicone down. I'm gonna chop it. I'm gonna chop the wire. And then I'm gonna pull the silicone back up. This is a camera control wire. Oh, there it is. There it is on Bot stream.
Kadisha's tape, not video. What is this? Ciotti, are we blazing, Ciotti? Ciotti trying to say he wants to blaze? What's this guy? This crazy guy doing up in this corner? How many streams there are? It's fantastic. Yeah, so I wanted to switch shit up. It was whatever. It didn't really, I don't think, hey, Great Bush, thank you so much. I don't think I really accomplished what I was trying to accomplish. I think I really need to just take a week off of making videos, but I can't help it.
Alright. What am I going to do with this? Front, back.
Oh shit, that's nice, Yanni. Look what I got. We got kind of. I had somebody, oh, she posted her name on here.
Oh, damn!
Are we blazing? Alright, let's go with that.
Let me type in his chat.
One dab time. One little bowl time. Let me get the fuck out of here. Hola! Shit! Hola, chill. Hola, chill.
Alright, here we go.
Oh man, I'm about to end the stream. But not
What's up, Artemis?
To fucking talk more because there's donating. Full throttle FPV. Thank you so much.
Alright, let's get this going here. So, wow, what the hell? What
What makes me happy, as long as it doesn't affect anybody else negatively.
I mean, I can try powering the camera off of the VTX.
Moto, right?
I don't usually do that.
I'm gonna go.
Where the hell is this camera getting its power from?
You know what I'm talking about. I love you.
It's getting its power from a really weird spot.
Did I? I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. What the fuck? Yeah, I was like, I kind of want to take a week off.
Interesting.
I make 2 videos a week and 2 live streams. I'm like, it's a fucking lot. I'm not getting burnt out. I still like making videos. I still love
Let me cut the video wire down a little bit. The video wire did have a big loop in it. Thanks, Double A. Yeah, we ended up doing that anyway.
Some big project videos that I'm working on.
All right, I'm gonna shorten the video wire up.
Should I spoil it? I don't want to spoil it.
And
spoil a bit. Full throttle, yeah, you don't need prop nuts. Just use electrical tape. Just on a big ol' hello back. Bog wire, yeah, I'm down for war.
I think I'm also gonna power the camera off of this Cam Plus pad.
Yeah, weaponizing a drone is what I'll say. everybody's probably gonna hate.
Yeah.
Everybody hates me. They're like, oh, you're ruining FPV because you flew a fucking 30-gram tiny whoop inside of an IKEA. Bullshit. And like, whatever. Fuck people. They're all fucking idiots anyway.
Maybe that'll be it. Maybe that's it.
So that video will be coming out soon.
I'm really tempted though to also run a power wire up from the VTX and power the cam off the VTX.
That's my address. I'm doing an unboxing video. It's whatever people send me. So once I get
I don't usually have to do that, but drastic times call for drastic measures. What to do, what to do, what to do. Look how much fanciness Spot's got up on his. What in the world? I need to figure this OBS shit out, man. Actually, no. I need to get on Streamlabs. He's on Streamlabs. I think that's how he's got all that fancy funness. That's what I've been waiting for. Okay, I'm actually gonna start selling some of these little controllers on the Etsy store because some people don't have these, and I have hundreds of them. So yeah, looks like Bot is wrapping up. Oh, there he goes. That was a cool little streamception there. That was very fun. This is another little nano thingy. I'll put that quad camp here in Atlanta way back when, and we got along really well. Probably because I'm from New Jersey, and I lived 10 minutes from, hey, bot friends, what's up, everybody? Thanks for coming over. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Wait, no, I guess I'll wait a minute. Nah, fuck that. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. This is my full-time job as well, just like Bot. Over on CiottiFPV.com, I've got a million ways that you can stay in touch and maybe even support me. Bot and I are really good friends. We go all the way back to Quad Camp Atlanta, which was like 3 years ago or so. If you go to my main channel, you know, just like click down my little logo down below, right? If you pull up my main channel, the video that will automatically play is the video from the Quad Camp where Bot and I met. So yeah, if you want to check out some cool nostalgic shit, that's also the event where like I kind of got started and sort of got noticed. All the pro pilots there had been trying to do this power loop around these two folding tables at the end of the event, after the event, Sunday night. I had to get back to Charleston for work on Monday, and my buddy Luke was with me, and he had to get back as well. So I was already all packed up, and I was just hoping to see one of the guys hit it so that we could leave. And then fucking Drew remembered that I was the micro guy, and I had a whole bunch of micro builds. He actually flew one of them and said it was one of the best flying experiences he's ever had the day before. And yeah, Drew comes running over and like peer pressures me into doing it. And then I managed to hit the power loop, and then I hit a Matty flip as well, which just made everybody lose their fucking minds. And then Joshua did an edit. Joshua's edit is called like the sickest Matty flip I've ever seen in my life or something like that. And Joshua beat me by 1 day. Like when I got home, I dove right into the edit. I got it done as quick as I could. But Joshua got his done first. By like, not even by 1 day, by like 6 hours or something. I would have had him beat But I was still using iMovie at the time, and for a lot of it, I was doing little subtitles. And apparently, there's like, I don't think it's like an actual number, but apparently you can like max iMovie out and try to do too much with it, which is what I did. And every time I would put another subtitle in, it would fucking crash. And then I would launch it back up. I would have lost some stuff. I would redo that stuff, and then it would crash again. And then, so I went through that little cycle like 3 times stubbornly, and then and then I kind of realized what was going on. So now I had to go. I was only like 3/4 of the way through the damn thing. I had a bunch more subtitles that needed to get done. So I went back into the edit, and I had to delete and cut stuff out to shorten the damn thing up, and give myself enough titles at the end of it. So yeah, you'll see. I ended up putting like, Christ, I think I put like almost 20 hours into that edit, but it was worth it. It was like a super fun event, and everybody's reaction is awesome. Like everybody screams, "Oh!" and Drew jumps around like a lunatic and tries to pick me up and almost drops me on the goddamn ground. It's like one of the most awkward moments in my life in that video, where Drew tries to pick me up, fails miserably. I've got my goggles on my head. I'm trying not to smash the goddamn goggles, and I think I even have my transmitter in my hand. So you'll see. It's the most awkward thing ever. But at least I didn't let him drop me on the ground. I'm gonna be a lazy son of a bitch and do this the lazy way. I'm not going to tear this all apart and try to power the camera from the VTX. I am just going to take the power lead. For some reason, I've got this this camera being powered back here from a 5-volt pad on the back. So I just flung a solder ball. Yeah, I want it powered from up here. There's a camera positive pad, and sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, but I feel like, I don't know if anybody actually does this. I hope they do this, but I feel like there's a better chance that maybe they've got more filtering on the camera plus pad than just a random 5-volt pad. It's probably not true. The 5-volt pads are all probably just hooked directly up to the 5-volt BEC, right? Whatever the fuck BEC stands for. But in theory, you know, if they were gonna help us out, the camera positive pad would be a good spot to, you know, put like some extra filtering. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to kind of, these wires got a little mangled, so I'm just sort of trying to straighten them out. But instead what I'm doing is just burning my left index finger to hell. But, you know what? Screw it, because now I've got these two, the camera and the power. I'm going to cut the power lead down a little bit so it's the same length as the video lead, and I'm also going to twist them up here. Sometimes twisting wires up can make 0.000001 of a difference, according to my father, who was an electrical engineer for 40 plus years. So usually I twist these wires up just to kind of keep them neat and tidy. There are some people that will say, no, you got to do that because of this thing called twisted pairs. Which apparently helps with video noise. So yeah, I asked my dad about it, and he's like, no, it doesn't really... He said, technically, yes. You know, like, textbooks will say, yes, it's going to help. But in the real world, he says it pretty much never helps. And if it does help, it only helps, like, the tiniest little bit. And shit like that, I really do believe him on, because he worked at Princeton Plasma Physics Lab. Plasma as in like the 5th state of matter. You know, there's liquid, solid, gas. I'm sorry, the 4th state of matter. There's liquids, there's solids, there's gases, and then there's plasma. Plasma being what the fucking sun is made out of. Yeah, up in Princeton, New Jersey, there's a place called PPPL, Princeton Plasma Physics Lab, and that's where my dad worked for like the majority of my life. They ran a tokamak fusion reactor. So like nuclear energy, right? Like nuclear energy power plants, they run on fission, FISSION. Fission. So they get plutonium rods, and fission means to separate an atom. So they separate atoms to create nuclear mamba jamba. I don't know what actually heat. Well, yeah, it produces heat, and then they do it in a water bath, and then it heats the water up, and water turbines and shit. So that's nuclear fission. They're splitting the atoms. Nuclear fusion, it looks like a big fucking donut. It's this big donut thing. It's called a tokamak. If you Wikipedia tokamak, TOKAMAC, I think. But yeah, it's this gigantic fucking metal donut that's like you can stand up inside of it, and it's got all magnets and shit, right? And then they're electromagnets, and they make a super crazy magnetic field. And then the magnetic field makes like a tiny little path that like atoms or whatever, I don't know, like an electromagnet. Like, so if you look at a cross section of the tokamak donut bastard, this is all electromagnets, and then they electrify it, and then dead center in like the XT60, right, where the XT60 is, dead center, there's this tiny little path, and since this fucker's a donut, the path goes round and round and round, right? So then they put some crazy material in there, and then they go really fast, and then eventually two of the little atoms smash into each other, and they fuse. Two atoms become one atom. And when that fusion happens, that's what's happening in the sun all day, every day. The sun has fusion reactions, and that's why it's so fucking hot. So yeah, they did it in this tokamak thing, and they would be able to make this really thin ring of plasma at like 11 quadrillion billion degrees, right? And it creates like a shitload of heat, which we just need to harness that heat, right? They could run the tokamak and they could make this intense heat, but like the problem is it makes all of its power like all at once, and then we can't. The problem is we don't know how to harness that. We need like really good battery technology or really good supercapacitor technology so that we can turn the tokamak on, make this 11 billion degree heat, and then harness all the energy from that like immediately, and then slowly feed that energy out to the world. But we don't have batteries that are good enough, and we don't have supercapacitors that are good enough. So yeah, eventually, like right before I went to college, I think they cut the funding. The George Bushes, I forget which of the Bushes, but one of the George Bushes cut the funding for. It's considered alternative energy. Like it's the cleanest way to produce energy. Like if we could figure fusion out, we wouldn't have all these goddamn problems. We'd be able to make a shitload of energy with like very little radioactive waste, and it uses like our regular nuclear shit, you know, like the plutonium when it's done has like a really long half-life, and it's really nasty stuff. Fusion, the fuel is not as nasty, and I forget what the fuel is, but yeah, it's just better. It's better in every way, but we need to throw a shitload of money at it to figure out a really good superconductor or a really good battery tech. But battery tech has come a long time. That was back in like the 90s, right? I just turned 40 last weekend. So this is all back in the goddamn 90s that this all went down. So who the hell knows where we're at now, right? Maybe there's some wacky, crazy, amazing stuff going on. Probably not, because we would have heard of it, right? We're all over the windmill and the hydroelectric, and like those are all the alternate energies that seems like we're using. But yeah, we gotta figure fucking Fusion out, man. We gotta throw more money at Fusion. What we need. We could all have more air conditioning. We could just leave our doors open. Fuck it. Who cares? Air condition the world. Bring the temperatures bitch down. It's not how it works, but... Alright, so yeah, I did that the lazy ass way. Well, this ground looks kind of jacked up, so maybe this had something to do with it. I was in a hurry when I did this, apparently, because this is uncharacteristically ugly. So maybe... But see, I was doing this to try to fix this issue. So I was about to say maybe this was causing the issue, but it's not, because this was my attempt at fixing this issue. And, like, even just saying this all, I'm getting crazy deja vu. Deja vus. I also need to look for the solder ball from, like, 10 minutes ago. I remember when I removed the positive camera pad, I had a little solder ballage that I need to investigate. Go-Kart Mozart says, solid-state batteries are supposed to be the next big thing in energy. Are those like, is that like the fucking... There's some crazy battery technique where, technology right now they're messing around with where you take like basically a pool of sand and you make it 7 trillion degrees or something, and then it somehow magically stores... I don't know, man. I hear things, people tell me things. I never know what to believe. Because sometimes I'm like, no, this person's messing with me. We don't have pools of molten hot sand. That's not how things work. Although, I don't know, maybe if they do like a really small pool, if it works really well, maybe it just has to be a tiny little pool of hot sand. But I mean, that sounds pretty far-fetched to me. What is happening? This is taking a real turn. I mean, this is what happens when you guys don't put interesting questions in the chat. I just go completely off the reservation and start talking about God only knows what. So I now need to put this little guy on from this side so that this is a neater little wire bundle. But when I do that, so I'm going to have to solder 2 grounds to 1 pad. So what I like to do is try to hold that other wire, because what's annoying is sometimes that other wire will try to like run away like a little jackass. So what I'm going to try to do is like hook this little bastard up to it, and hopefully this guy will hold it in place. I mean, we're about to find out. Let's give this a shot. Ooh, I'm going to hit this with a little bit of flux just to hopefully, I don't know. Flux makes everything better, so we're just going to throw it on there, and hopefully that'll... I usually like to kind of think through why I'm adding flux, but in this case I just kind of added it, and now I can't remove it, so I mean, it's there. Hopefully it'll do something good, rather than doing something bad. I kind of wish I hadn't added it, because, like, I don't necessarily want this whole pad to get all liquidy, because then the bottom wire is going to try to go. I hate having to wire two wires into 1 pad. It's really... It just seems so goddamn janky, too. Because, like, you can't control both wires, but I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I do have control over both wires right now. Because that little, this guy here seems to really be working. So that turned out really well. Yeah, that's pretty rad. I usually have I think the most recent time I did 2 wires into 1 pad, I figured out using these little guys, and it worked really well that time. and it worked really well this time. Did you guys see what I did? Do you guys want me to show you what I just did? I think I have a link to these. These are on Amazon. I think I have a link to these down on in the description of the video. Yeah, make sure you tag me, type CiottiFPV if you want me to show you what I just did there. Again, I can. But I mean, I basically, as I just show you guys, I just I find a place where I can balance these bastards, and then, so you solder one wire on in one direction, and then you find a place where these guys sort of balance and touch that wire, and then just bloop, and just grab that wire with them. And so, you know, they're kind of sitting there and they're sort of holding the wire. You want to make sure that these guys aren't like falling off though. You want them to be like, you know, so they don't move. And then, yeah, that holds the one wire, and then you can control the other wire and just come in and bloop, 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 bloop. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got you guys talking about energy. Ryzik says, just read an article that explains on how using light recharges the lithium... What? Lithium graphene batteries used in cars and how protons naturally separate when in light. My light charging faster. Well, I had no idea it was light-based. What? Yeah, we're all in the wrong business, man. We should get into... Oh, God, excuse me. We should get into batteries. Is there such a hobby as, like, batteries? That's the hobby we need to be in, yo. If I had any money to, like, invest, I would invest it in whatever the hell companies are working on batteries, because that shit is the future right there, man. The first person to make, like, a big battery breakthrough here, oh, my God. They are going to have more money than fucking the universe. Might be a while, though. Batteries are apparently very difficult to figure out because we haven't figured that shit out yet. So, that's where I'm at. We moved the camera power. We cleaned up the camera video wire. Sometimes... Oh, I forgot to explain that. I forgot to explain this. This is really important. If you have video noise and you have a camera... like... So... camera, flight controller, VTX. All right, camera, flight controller, VTX. I like the Talon F7 board so much because the video wire from the camera comes in to the front of the flight controller. Because the camera in pad is on the front, the camera out, the VTX video out pad is on the back of the flight controller. So then another wire goes directly to the VTX. So it's a nice, clean, there's nothing looping over. If a video wire, sometimes if a video wire doesn't just run straight, it kind of like loops. You can do the twisted pairs thing. Twisted pairs is fine. But if the video wire loops, it creates its own little thing. So... Ryzik, just tell us what we need to search on Google to find it. That's the easiest way to get around the fact that links disappear from the chat. Yeah, if your video wire going from the flight controller to the VTX or from the flight controller to the camera, if it has like a loop in it, hold on. I'll show you what I mean. I just threw away 3 wires. There we go. Okay, I got you. Check this out. So this is not a loop. This is twisted pairs. All right, that's not a loop. The cable is not looping. This is a loop. Like, if it does that shit, you know what I mean? That's no good. Your video wire cannot do that. It cannot make that shape. That will create interference. If you take this and you pull it a little bit so it's like that, it's fine. But it just can't be like connected almost, but it's not connected. You know what I mean? But like it can't do that. You got to get it like that at the least. Make sense? This is bad. This is fine. I mean, we don't need this other cable. That's not good. You can't have your video wire do that. but now it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Bad, okay. Best. Anybody heard that? I mean, no, people do hear these. The people that we live with, they're very they're very 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 understanding, and you know, but they're also probably very confused. And I mean, that's okay, you know. I'm not gonna feel bad about the thing that I love. All right, just figuring out how to get this all wrapped up the way that I want it. All right, so we got that, and we got this. Dr. Steele. Yeah, I've never. It's funny. I've never fully gone into a. Like, we've talked about the tokamak and fusion on here, but I've never actually like explained it, because I have a very. Well, fuck it. I'm just saying. I have a very old crowd. Like, sorry guys, but yeah, my viewership is like older, more nerdy folks. So I thought it would be wise to explain fusion a little bit, because Bot has a little bit of a younger, you know, cooler crowd. We nerds here. For anybody that's just come over, what I'm dancing around is that we're fucking nerds here. We gladly call ourselves the collective, as in the fucking Borgs, because yeah, it's a little nerdier of a crowd over here. But look, we know lots of good things, and so ask us difficult questions, and yeah. It's what's cool is, I mean, what's annoying is when I was in school in like the 90s, 80s and 90s, being a nerd was not fucking cool. And I think nerds still do get kind of beat up. But yeah, I got picked on quite a bit for being smart when I was growing up. And I don't know, I would like to say that it does feel like there's a little bit less of that now, but I don't know, maybe that's just wishful thinking. But yeah, I didn't have a good, I did not have a good time as a kid. I did not like being a kid. I did not like being picked on and made fun of and shit. But I'm finding out now later in life that there's something called HSP, highly sensitive people. That HSP is like the, you know, doctor speak for it or whatever. Yeah, I am a fucking HSP through and through. So that has a lot to do with it. Just people that are like, whatever, their brain chemistry just makes them very sensitive to stuff. And the internet is not a great place for HSPs, I can tell you that. But it's the internet is like a level 100 challenge, so fuck it. I'm not going to quit. I'm not gonna rage quit the game quite yet. I'll wait a couple years. Cause it's coming. It's coming. For the record, it'll happen at some point. I'm just trying to get this like neat and tidy here. And now I got it. Okay. That's where I wanted to get it. So I love that there's no big ass camera plug on here, but it kind of drives me nuts how much cable Foxeer puts on here. They put way too much cable on this. And so I just try to really get it spun up, like coiled up here, to take some of the wire out to shorten it up a little bit, but it doesn't really do shit. It's me being completely nuts. I'll cop to it. It's fine. I'm yeah. I'm an actual crazy person, and it's, you know, it's all right. There's worse things. I could be like an actual murderer, you know, like that's way worse. It's way better for me to be an actual crazy, you know, OCD-y person than a murderer. What the fuck? Where the hell did that come? What has led up to this discussion? Chris Ferret says, why not clip it and just direct solder? Chris, because I'm being extremely lazy. Yeah. Like, I already have the connector on it. I guess I could say that it's so that it's easier to swap it from one camera to the next, but it's really not, because it's 3 goddamn solder joints. And I already redid... Oh, I redid all 3 of them. It would have actually been less work to clip it and direct solder it. That's very frustrating. Oh, here's a good excuse. They've only got a single ground wire coming out, and then they have a little splitter to split it from 1 ground wire to 2. You need 2 ground wires because you need one for the stupid ass little remote, and then you need one for the, you know, camera power. So yeah, that's a good excuse. I would have had to clip it all the way out here, and then it would have had a ton of wire anyway. So yeah, that's a good one. I like that excuse. I'm gonna go with that excuse. That's gonna be the one. I feel like that's the strongest of the excuses I've been able to come up with. The real reason is it seemed like less work to do it this way. I mean, Christ, the connector that I left on here is probably what's creating the video noise. You know what I'll do? If this doesn't fix it, a part of the next part of the troubleshoot will be to direct solder it. I'll make you guys a deal. You guys have to remind me of that though, because I will definitely forget that. So yeah, if this doesn't fix the problem, of course I'll fix it on here, because that's kind of my thing, right? I fix quads while reading the chat. Yeah, if you guys remind me, a part of the next part of the fix will be to direct solder it. I swear to God, if that fixes it, somebody's getting stabbed. I'm calling it now. This unchecked aggression will not stand. All right, so what do I got to be? Pins up or pins down? Motherfucker, pins up. Come on. This is going to be so twisted up. Yo, I got to tell you guys, I absolutely cannot wait. No, camera control can eat me. But yeah, that's what the pink wire is. I've tried to use camera control so many times now, and it just doesn't work. And like at this point, I take it very like I feel like it's doing it on purpose. Like I feel like it's kind of like doing it on purpose. I couldn't think of another way to explain that. So I just said the same thing again. What's really annoying is like there's no reason to not do it. Like I can just do it and then not use it. Oh god damn it! I can kind of sneak the tip of the solder gun. Fuck you! Whoever suggested that, I think it was you, Dauntless. You son of a bitch! Make me turn the goddamn soldering iron back on. Are you kidding me? Talon F7 MPU 6000. No, the soldering iron is still on. Man, it would be really nice to use the camera control too. There's been like a whole bunch of situations where I'm like, man, I don't have one of those remotes. I would really like to just Put some wacky stick command in. Camera signal, camera plus, camera minus. No, it's on the bottom. No, no, go to hell. Absolutely not. Is there an extra RX pad on the front? Do I have an extra RX pad on the front? No. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it because I don't have a spare. I don't have a spare RX pad because I'm using the TX pad for the smart audio, I believe. Yeah, yeah. No, I'd have to pull the flight controller and solder to the bottom of it, and there's just a snowball's chance in hell of that happening. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Yes! Man, I didn't want to do that. At some point I'll do it, though. Because it's really easy. TX pad. Oh, yeah, right, TX pad. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. Because what I need is a free UART, which I don't have. On the top of the board. Dauntless says, I'll get a Fox ear now that I know you don't need stupid spacers with the 50mm standoffs with that cam. Although on this one I actually do have the stupid spacers. Get these. I actually really like these spacers. All right, let me. I've been meaning to show. I've shown you guys this a couple times. This is actually kind of a big deal on the glide frame, but also like I think this is a good idea on a lot of the frames. I'm so committed to this that I'm actually gonna do the manual focus thing. So Pyrodrone sells these little aluminum bastards. You see at the bottom of the standoff, there's that little thingy there, you know? Usually the standoff just goes right into the carbon. On the bottom I have the conical screws with the conical version of it. But there's also, I think it's called like a cup washer. Yeah, I really like these things. I really like to do this top and the bottom. When you smash into something face first with this base plate, these fuckers help, man. And I think that they also spread the load of the screw out a little bit. But yeah, on the bottom here, I've been using this as a... It also serves as like a 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter spacer. It's cupped a little bit. It's not full thickness, right? Like the standoff kind of goes down. Oh wait, here I can just show you one of them without the standoff in it. That would make the most sense. Is this one? Yeah. Here's what it looks like. Pyrodrone sells these. So that's what it looks like, right? So it serves as like a really thin little spacer. Right, because it has some thickness. You know what I'm saying? It has a little bit of thickness at the bottom. But then it's got that little lip. You know what I mean? And the lip, I don't know, it makes me feel a little bit better about the way the standoff kind of sits in there, you know? I'm sure it doesn't do shit, but it looks kind of cool. And in this case, the camera that I had in here previously needed 16 millimeters of vertical space. So I used the damn thing as a 1 millimeter spacer with a 15 millimeter standoff here. You know what I mean? So I was able to get my 16 millimeters. And what's cool is the top plate, it doesn't care. The top plate will bend up by 1 millimeter without any problem. So it gives you a little bit more camera clearance, and it looks cool. But seriously, when you smash into something head on and it breaks through the carbon, eventually, right? Like it only happens after a lot of collisions, but eventually it'll start hitting these aluminum bastards and they hold up like really well. Yeah, so I like them. I really like them. And they spread the load of the head, you know, the little button heads, they're not that big. This spreads the load, so it's, you know, it's more load spread. Did any of that make any sense? Dauntless, you are not good with a Phoenix 2. Phoenix 2 requires a ton of space. And then it just breaks anyway. I've blown up 3 of those goddamn things, so they can die in a fire. They've got that second board, man. They've got that huge second board on the back, and it just, I don't know, man. I've been having a really tough time with cameras over the last, like, 6 months. So, my frustration is warranted, says me. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna put this little camera connector bastard down here. Let me give you guys a little zoom. The Phoenix Nano is a great little camera, but I mean, number one requirement for me of camera is that camera work, and Phoenix Nano no work. A bunch of times in a row now, and I'm pissed off. Okay, I want to do one more thing. I want to put a couple little rotations in this camera pigtail thing here. Unfortunately, I can't really test this until I go out and fly it. This is like this rig has like the weirdest noise issue where, like, every time I fly it, there's no video noise. I mean, there's a little bit of video noise, but it's not bad at all. But then, like, once I've flown it for a couple minutes, it gets, like, way worse. But then sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's completely fine. It's like the most intermittent, weird video noise issue, and I'm just trying to do everything I possibly can here to figure it out. So that's why I'm being a complete lunatic. It's not because I'm actually a lunatic. Although, actually, it is. Someday, I'll move over to DJI, and I won't have to deal with any of this nonsense. But that day is not here yet. So we will continue to make this work. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm starting to really think that what I like about this Predator camera is how low latency it is. It's like 4 or like 3 milliseconds or some shit. It's crazy low. So yeah, I don't know, man. It just feels like there's just this, like, this is going to sound like such bullshit, but it just kind of feels fast. It just, I don't know. Probably 100% placebo, but whatever. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, anything that makes you fly better, you should be doing that thing. And you should do it as often as you can. All right, so that's as neat and tidy as I think I can get it. I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna fly it maybe tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow because I think it's gonna rain like crazy. And we're gonna see how it is. So let's throw this back together. And oh, what I was gonna say a minute ago is I can't wait for the end of this stream so that I can jump on that goddamn playseat challenge with Thrustmaster T3. Oh, so that's the steering wheel and pedals that I got. Thrustmaster T300. It's a really good, like, mid-level steering wheel and pedal setup. It's belt drive. It's not gear driven. So the Logitech is a little bit less money, but it's gear driven. So it makes this like noise. This is belt driven, just like the Fanatec, the really high end one, the Fanatec CSL Elite, it's called. So this is the T300 is basically like the second best. And to get from this one to the best, you have to spend almost twice as much money. Like once you've not quite. But it's like $200, maybe a bit more than $200 more to go up to the Fanatec CSL Elite. And yeah, I don't know. From the reviews, it didn't seem like it was really worth. Like, it's better for sure, but it didn't really seem like it's better enough to be worth that much money. These were also a present. My buddy Brad up in New Jersey, who is extremely generous. His wife is a city planner, and she is really good at it. She is really talented, and she makes a lot of money. And they live a really cool life, and they are very giving people. And yeah, talk about like role models, man. Like, it's I love people like that. Like, it's really easy once you start making good money to be like kind of selfish with it and be like, no, I worked hard for this. Yeah, it's just really cool to see people with money that don't. Well, because I guess I mean, I don't know, but I assume what happens is that once you start making big money, I'm talking like 200 grand a year, right? 200 plus grand a year. That's what I consider to be like a lot of money. At that point, right? Well, so the tipping point, there's some test where they did like about happiness, right? And like salary plus happiness. And apparently like a two-person household, I think it's 75 grand. 75 grand, each person making 75 grand a year. Apparently that's like the peak happiness. Like if you want to be the happiest, you live with someone and you both make $75,000 a year, according to math and statistics and all that shit, right? So now we're talking 200 grand. So that's what, 150 a year between those two people, right? So now, like, what I'm saying is, like, if you as a person are making more than 200 grand a year yourself, right? At that point, that's kind of an outrageous amount of money. So, and if you believe in math, right, you should spend 150,000 a year of that, and then donate or just give or whatever the rest, right? Because if nothing else, math says that if you're alone making that kind of money, so yeah, it's really cool when people that make big money are generous with it, because what I think in the U.S. here, what happens a lot is it's very easy to get caught up with image and wanting to be like all the other people that make huge money. And then you start spending ridiculous money on stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no reason that anybody should have $1 million car. Like, do I think it's cool as hell? Of course. But, like, instead of buying $1 million car for no goddamn reason, you can buy a Toyota Corolla and then feed probably 1 million people with the rest of the money. Or do any number of other, things that are good for the planet and good for, like, huge numbers of people. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dirty hippie, but and it's easy to say this shit when you're not making that kind of money, right? But I don't know. It's I believe in math, and the math says it's a good thing to be able to hide behind, right? But yeah, I don't know. I do feel like it's true, because like there was a point in my life where I was making pretty good money, and I started to donate. Like, I was doing big donations to Sea Shepherd at the time, and like it felt fucking great to just donate to stuff. I haven't really, like, I try to do fundraisers here every so often, but I haven't really made enough money to kind of stick with that in a while. But yeah, giving feels really good. It really, really does. Even if it's just your time, like all the volunteer stuff that I've done in my life, I've made the best friends, like just super cool people that I've met doing it, and it just feels fucking great, man. it's just really like just kind of fills your karma up a little bit, and you feel that, man. It feels good in your fucking soul to donate your time or your money. And it's funny, people like will get like addicted to it. It's cool. It's the world's best thing to get addicted to, I guess. Giving. Selflessly giving, I should say. Maybe not selflessly. I mean, just giving. Just straight up like giving, right? Like not being asked to do something, but just doing it. That shit feels good. Man, I am struggling with it. So I'm being a total yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop being such an absolute crazy person. I was trying to not have to throw this little stupid piece of wrap strap out, but look, I have like acres of the stuff. Job done. Okay, now I don't have to sit here fighting with it like a donkey for 10 minutes. Let me get the right. Oh wait, no. I'll use a new piece. Don't I have a new piece? Yeah. There we go. I was gonna cut this. I have a couple that are. I have a set that's pre-cut, waiting to go on this next rig that I'm gonna build. But no, that's silly. Cut a new one. Maniac. Hey, look at that. There we go. And I'm just gonna cut it one longer, and then it'll be perfect, and we'll be done. Yoink and yoink. So this is the other product that Steel and Impulse RC like kind of made famous. This is Wrap Strap, RAP strap. Previously, you could only get this from Immersion RC. Sorry, Impulse RC. But now Newbie Drone sells this stuff. So, go get you some. It's really good. It's really useful. It's like a reusable zip tie, basically. And it doesn't weigh any more than a zip tie. Which I like, because I'm a lunatic like that. I'm a weight Nazi, I've been called. I love it. Okay, I think I might have cut this too short. Ready? Ready to see a grown man cry? What is it? Up from the bottom? Yeah. So to put it on, you just put your little pliers through the little end bit, and you kind of like just drop it on the ground. It's really cool. It works real well. You put them through there, and then you wrap it around, and then you just grab it with the little tips of the little tippy, and then you pull it through. And it's like a really cool rubber material, and it holds your wires down with like just the right amount of force, like not too much force, to where in like a hard crash, or if the arm breaks, you got to worry about like ripping pads off the ESC, but it also grips it enough that the wires are never going to get up into the propellers. So it's a really, really, really good solution at the base of your arm here to hold your wires down. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully, the video noise issues are now gone. I'm not going to put propellers back on it. Jackalope FPV with a $5 super chat. He says, speaking of giving, happy Friday, Broham. Thank you, dude. Super, super cool of you, Jackalope. Oh my god. Look at all these chats. Richard says, the increase in surface area from the washer helps spread the load out on the hardware. That's what I was trying to say, Richard. Thank you for saying it in human English words. Zero Fox says, the mind is a powerful thing. Indeed. Go-Kart Mozart says, I'll drag my wheel out if you want to do a GT track day. Go-Kart, you know what I've been doing? Did you know there's Horse Thief Mile? The Horse Thief Mile short track? Willow Springs short track is in there. So I've been making every night with the controller up until today. I've been making an open room called Best Motoring America. All right, so if you're a true car nerd, any of you guys, I'm not singling you out, go-kart. If any of you guys are true car, here's how you can tell if you're a true, full-on, fully committed car nerd. If you know what I'm about to talk about. Best Motoring 2 times came to America and ran on the Horse Thief Mile with the Mines R35. It was basically like an America versus Japan shootout, and it's one of my favorite Best Motorings. So I've been doing that. I've been doing an open room. I limit it to N300 only in hopes that everybody will take Skylines and Z cars and all the other fun stuff from the 90s. And yeah, it's been super fun. I can't say that I love yet. Maybe I'm warming up to it. I can't say that I love that racetrack. I mean, it's just a bunch of hairpins connected with like short little chutes. But it's okay. It's all right. It's been kind of fun, I think, maybe. It's tough with the wheel because the hairpins are so sharp that you got to really cross your arms up. And like, whenever I would do, there was a time where I was actually the course designer as well in our autocross region. And I would always like really try to avoid designing corners that were so tight that you would need to do that. It's just like a little too slow in my opinion. Like I don't know. It is fun though. The section of that racetrack with the chicane and that the bottom section of that layout is really cool though. I really like it down the bottom, so that makes up for it. And it's just cool because it's such a little short layout that it's almost like an autocross. Oh, I don't even have room. I need a bigger wall. Where can I put this? I'm going to put it right here. Nah, you know what? I'm going to take the budget rig down. Because I think I'm going to put the AM32 ESC into the budget rig. And yeah, give it a try. We'll do some AM32-age. What else were we going to do? QX7 stuff. It's been 2 hours and 50 minutes. Nah, we're going to do that maybe tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Saturday? Yeah. We're going to do some QX7 mods tomorrow. How about that? And probably nothing with this. Thanks for hanging out, fellas. Now, let me get caught up on chat here. Chris Ferret says, I know you know the same guy, the ER doctor. He's such a great guy. Gives so much to the community. Chris Ferret is talking about FPV Exchange. This is run by Nevin. He is Xenakis here on YouTube. Yeah, he works in a hospital all day long, literally saving lives. And then he created FPV Exchange for us at night. So use it. Use FPV Exchange. It's an awesome website. You can import everything you've ever bought from Race Day Quads, Pyro Drone, Get FPV. You just basically you create your account in FPV Exchange, and then you go into the little section and you say import, and then it says, okay, pick your shop, and you pick Get FPV, and then it says, okay, put your login and your password for Get FPV. You put your Get FPV login and password, you click a button, FPV Exchange goes to Get FPV, it grabs your previously purchased items, and it just plops all those items into FPV Exchange. And then you go to Pyro Drone, you do it. You go to RDQ and you do it. And now on FPV Exchange, you have this huge list of everything you've ever bought. It's really, really cool. And then like, if this Hobby Wing motor has been sitting on your desk for 6 months, right? You just go to FPV Exchange and your thingy, and you just click a button, and you're now selling it. So the other cool thing about FPV Exchange, because it looks out at all these other websites, right? You go there and you search for like Hobby Wing 2306, and it'll show you every single website that's selling this motor, so you can price shop. You can also see who has it in stock, and then if anybody is selling it, they're there as well, and they're actually up on the top. So if you go to sell something, you have a pretty good chance of selling it, because everybody else that's using it to just search and price shop on the item is going to see you at the top of the list, because you're going to be selling it for less money, you know, and it orders them by price. So yeah, it's super cool. Speaking of this hobby wing, let's see if this hobby wing bell will work on the F40 Pro 2 stators, which it should, because I think these hobby wing 2306s are made by T-Motor to the exact spec of the T-Motor F40 Pro 2. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. The screw on the bottom is different. Oh, and they didn't load it up with so much they didn't load it up with so much Loctite that I couldn't get it out without a soldering iron. That's kind of nice. What the hell? Come off of there. Well, whatever. Maybe it'll come off when I pull it on. No, it's going to try to stay on, isn't it? Yes, it is. How do I get around that? I'm going to have to screw this down on arm. Ugh. Really? Oh, God. I just smashed the webcam. Okay, arm, and I'll just use long titanium screws, whatever. BeepTube says that's partly why I respect Bill Gates. That guy has directly saved 500 million lives by now. Yeah, Bill Gates is very... what's the word? Is it misanthropic? I think that's the word for it. Yeah, no, that's not it. It might be. I forget. But yeah, Bill Gates. Woo. I have ruined my voice, apparently. But we're gonna do this. Philanthropics. Thanks, peeps. Misanthropic. Jesus Christ. What an asshole. I knew it sounded wrong, though, so I'm not that much of an asshole. I at least knew that it sounded wrong. Misanthropic, what a jackass. Oh, fuck. I usually get away with not making a total ass out of myself that often on streams, in theory. I mean, I don't notice it, so if it's happening, it's whatever. It's fine. Misanthropic. What's is that even a word? Did I make that word up? I hope I didn't make that word up. Is there such a word as misanthropy? No, there isn't. The fuck? Maybe there is. Jackalope says, you ever play Burnout Revenge, car racing game, or is it too unrealistic for you? Yeah, I tend to... Oh, is it? Is it a real thing, Tiago? It sounds like me. Shit, I wasn't supposed to say that. Come on, man, come off. Bitch. Oh, Jesse Pinkman there for you. Hey, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, cool. So let's see. Alec Dvornik is in the house. What's up, brother? I'm having trouble soldering these wire motors to my AIO, and I swear these wires on the FPV cycle motors are too big for these pads. Am I going crazy? Do I need to get a new flight stack? Alec, you have come to the wrong place for AIO info. I have been on a real roll lately, screaming and bitching and moaning about how much I hate AIOs and refuse to build with them. So yeah, I can't really help. I hate them, and I just want them to die and burn in hell. Oh my god! It looks perfect. Oh, but it's not. But it's not. Nope, will not work. You guys want to take my word for it, or do I need to show you? I'll fucking show you. Look at how recessed the motor shaft is in there. See how recessed that motor shaft is? That can't be. That will not work. Hobbywing 2203 is not the same thing as the T-Motor F40 Pro 2. Interesting. Oh yeah, the bell design is totally different on the inside. Aha! Oh, son of a bitch. This is a Pro 4. This is gonna work on a Pro 4. Oh! Okay, sure. Hobbywing changed their, Hold on, I think I have a Pro 4. I do! Hobbywing changed their, They couldn't get Pro 2s anymore. Although, Magnet Ring looks a little bit taller. No, it's not. Yeah, watch this. Oh, that's funny. God damn it. It sucks. This internal conversation I'm having is surrounding the fact that I fell in love with T-Motor F40 Pro 2s a long time ago. And they got discontinued like a year and a half ago. And they're becoming harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to find. One of the things that I noticed a while ago is that these Hobbywing 2306s looked pretty much identical to the T-Motor F40 Pro 2s. So I was hoping... Nope, it's not the Pro 4 either. Nope, okay, never mind. Never mind. None of it matters. Oh yeah, it's definitely not it. Definitely not it. Okay, no, I mistakenly thought that these Hobbywings looked like the Pro 2s, and then I mistakenly thought that this one that I have looked like a Pro 4, but it's not. It's not the same anything. Which is fine. That's totally fine. Oh, but what do these motors weigh? If these are lightweight, ooh. Okay, hold on. If these are lightweight, then I'll have a third motor option. There's to get a 5-inch motor that's under 30 grams, your only options are the steel silks, which every single person I've ever talked to that's run them for any amount of time has told me that they're unbelievably fragile. And I crash a lot, so that ain't going to work for me. And they're $27 a motor, and that's just too much. The other option is the T-Motor F40 Pro 2 or the Pro 4. Recently, I've had a problem with the Pro 4s and the bell hitting the top of the stator windings. So I'm taking a little break. I took all of my Pro 4s off my rigs, and I had saved a bunch of these discontinued Pro 2s, and I've put the Pro 2s, all the ones that I'd saved. I'd saved 3 full sets of I saved 2 full sets of shiny new Pro 2s. I just put them in the box. I was like, for the future, like if I ever want to build a rig with these, I don't know why I did that, but and then I had one rig that was still on the Pro 2s. So when I noticed that the windings were getting all banged up on these Pro 4s, it was only happening on 2 rigs. So I pulled those apart and I grabbed all of the Pro 2s that I had saved and I put those. So now the full fleet, 1, 2, 3 glides. This one, this one, this one. They're all on F40 Pro 2s right now. If this Hobbywing is lightweight, then that's fine. Even if I can't swap the bells, I'll just buy these damn things. So let's see what they weigh. Let me get a Pro 4 with the short wires, which is literally right in front of me. And ooh, yes, I think it's gonna be lightweight. I think this is gonna be a fucking triumph. Triumph, eh? If you can't tell, I'm very excited. BeepTube says misanthropic equals disliking humankind and avoiding human society. Why was that word stuck in my head? Oh boy. Go-Kart Mozart says, when you talked about bad video from coiled wires, I realized it was the problem with my 3-inch rig and accidentally broke the connector off the flight controller. Now I'm looking for solder pads. Oh, thanks. Dude, very cool. It's been a while since my dad told me about that. And I was like 99% sure that I remember him telling me about that because he noticed it in one of my rigs that I was having video noise issues with that I showed him on FaceTime. But I was only like 99% sure. So it sounds like I just got my extra 1%. Tiago says, I thought you just hated AIO and soldering tiny wounds. Nah, man, the hate runs deep, bro. I hate a lot of things, man. It's one of the things I don't love about myself is that it's not good to hate too many things. You gotta let that shit go. And like, I don't know. I don't hate that many things, but like, there's some things. And I just want to hate less things. That's all. That's what it is. I want to hate less things. Hate is it's just a horrible emotion, you know? It can be a good emotion, right? Like hating racism. But I mean, that's just hating hate. You know? So if you remove both of the hates there, then that's better than having to hate. You know what I'm saying? What do you think of that? Ooh, I hope these are lightweight. Let's see. Let's see if they're lightweight. Ready? I always feel like I'm ripping you guys off when I don't put the scale over here, but I don't think you can really see it. 28.5 grams. For a T-Motor F40 Pro 4. 28.5. Ready? Hobby Wing. Yes! 28.9. Awesome. That's enough. That's light enough. Wait a second. That's the exact same weight as the Pro 2s, isn't it? I knew there was a reason that I thought these were Pro 2s. It was the weight. It was the weight. That's what it was. I think they weigh exactly what the Pro 2s weigh. Hold on, let me see. Oh, but the motor wires aren't. Oh, yeah, the motor wires are the good length. Yeah. What are these? Oh, these are those 2400s. Okay. 28.9 for the Hobby Wing. Oh, these wires are a little bit shorter. 29.3. Oh, God, the wires are shorter and it's heavier. Okay, so the Hobby Wings have nothing to do with the F40 Pro 2s. Totally different motor. Wow, I didn't realize the Pro 2s were so heavy. 29.4. And then the Pro 4 is 28.5. Oh my God, it's a full gram less. What? Oh. Maybe. I don't know. I am also comparing a 2400 kV to a 1950 kV, but they're supposed to change the gauge of the wire when they change the KVs. Sometimes the motor manufacturers don't, which is a problem actually for the lower kV motors, because that means sometimes the lower kV motors have less copper in them, and having the more copper, the more power, basically. Coreyman says, go-to batteries for 5-inch quads. Been using China Hobby Line, just not lasting too long, or maybe I'm beating them up too much. Coreyman, I gotta be honest, man. If China Hobby Line, if you're blowing, China Hobby Lines are the most durable of the batteries. That's what I'm trying to say. I prefer Tattoo R-Line version 1s, which are impossible to find because they were discontinued forever ago. They are much more fragile than China Hobby Line, though. I've been using a bunch of these Ovonic 6S 1000 mAh batteries. They're okay. They're $20 a battery, which is really cheap, and I can get 4+ minutes out of them. I don't love them though. They're not holding up as well as I would have liked, and they sag down to like 3.6 volts per cell pretty quickly, but then they just sit there and they don't sag below that. So like it's kind of okay, but they're not as good. I'm really kind of in love with these at the moment. My favorite is the Heli Direct. Heli Direct has an in-house line of products that they call the Talon. That's what flight controller we were just looking at in here. It's a Talon F7 flight controller. They have batteries called Talon. They have a Talon 6S 1150 kV that's nice and light. It's like 170 grams. I only have one of them, so I don't have a big enough sample size to say, like, go get it for sure. But I can say what I just said. And if you get them, it's on you. The Ovonic 1300 mAh 6S is way too heavy for me. I build my 5-inch rigs to be 600 grams all up, and the only way to do that is to use a battery that's 160 to 170 grams. So that's why I run the Ovonic 6S 1000s. I don't need more than 4 minutes of flight time. Like, to be honest, after 3 minutes, like, I'm ready for a nap. So yeah, getting like 4, 5, 6 minutes of flight time doesn't do me any good. I would rather have a rig that's a lot lighter, that flies better and crashes better. But you know, that's just me. These are the motors that I bought these, okay, here. Now you guys won't think I'm crazy. Too late. I have a set of these Pro 2s in the toolbox, and see how I cut the motor wires with the center one longer? That's because they used to be hooked up to a set of these. Come on, Logitech, you filthy fucking animal. See that? See how Pyrodrone staggers the pads on their little LED race wire? Bloop. You know what's super annoying? I gave away a set of these in one of my giveaways. Because I was like, oh, I'm never going to use those again. So, I had to buy another set. But that's fine. Support Pyrodrone. Hey, keep in mind, Pyrodrone does have an affiliate program, but Surge is just super busy. So if you're doing a Pyrodrone order, and you remember, put in your notes, say something like, hey, it sure would be cool if you got CiottiFPV on your affiliate program because he sure talks about you a lot and sends a lot of business your way. You don't have to be snarky about it, but you know, just if you can remember to say something, that would be awesome. Because I don't know what else to do. I'm sure it's not malicious. I'm sure that Surge is just super busy because I know for a fact that he's super busy all the time. That dude hustles harder than like anybody in FPV. So yeah, but I'll bet if whoever packs his orders sees over and over and over and over and over again CiottiFPV, 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 I bet you that they'll say something. You know what I mean? For the record, always use the note field. Always. Every time you do an order anywhere, put something in the notes, because somebody's gonna read it. It's usually the packing person. And maybe they're having a really shitty day. So just, you know, say something, anything. Make somebody's day a little bit better. Or just like pimp out your channel. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, watch my videos. Watch me, watch me break all this stuff that you're packing. over at blah blah blah, you know, on YouTube. But do put like good shit in there. Put like keep up the great work. You guys are awesome. Just say nice things, because people do read that shit. And there's just no reason not to make somebody's day a little bit better. I'll like talk shit. Like when I'm, if I'm doing an order with like Bill from BQE, somebody that I have a relationship, right? Like Bob from, although I know that Bob doesn't pack his own stuff, but I'll like talk shit in there. It's funny. Get a little smack talk in, you know. DQ says it's the Heli Nation town. Sorry, not Heli Direct. Heli Nation. There are too many goddamn FPV companies with the word Heli in the name. Yeah, Heli Nation Talon. You guys know what I meant. Wasn't I going to end this stream? Now I'm sitting here fucking around with these stupid LED race wires. Stream ending soon. Hurry up and ask any questions you got left. While I strangely shrink wrap these. Absolutely no idea why I'm doing this right now. But kind of doesn't matter. Because I'm here, I'm doing it. Should I save... So I have another full set of these shiny new... Like, the hoarder in me... So I got this little 4 shiny new T-Motor F40 Pro 2s, right? Which I have like this deep-seated connection to because I've been flying these motors for like a year and a half. I love them. They're lightweight. They're just strong enough. I love the way they deliver power, right? Total fucking love affair. So part of me wants to just take this. This is what I had done. That was a no. Yeah, it was a no regarding Burnout Revenge. The arcadey car games, I get frustrated because they're not real enough. It's I'm not a good person. Yeah, just put this in the bin and just leave it. Leave these for like 5 years. And then 5 years from now, I can do a build with them, right? That would be cool, right? Would it? Or do I put them on the goddamn quad now? Because 5 years from now, the motor technology will be way better. Right? I put them on a build now. That's the sane person thing to do, right? Just smash them. Because motor tech is going to get better. Somebody knows exactly what I'm going through, though. Or maybe all of you do. Also, like, being into motorsports and JDM shit, there's, like, old car stuff that has a shitload of value. Mainly because of its rarity. But, I mean, you know, these will be rare. But they're fucking $25 motors. Car parts that are worth money like that, they're usually like you know, there's like a look to them, right? Like it's somebody that's going for that. Oh, so here's an example, right? On my Miata, I've got this I've got a Momo Prototipo steering wheel, and the horn button in the middle of the steering wheel is worth like $200 on eBay. It's a Momo Mazda official horn button that fits Momos. It's a visual item, right? That's where the value is. The value is because it's a visual thing that you look at. These motors are not visual. These are fucking motors. You know? So they're never gonna like gain value. But at the same time, are they cool enough to want to do a build with? Like, would that be a cool thing, right? No, because motors getting better. Why would you want to fly worse motors? Yeah, that's it. There's nothing cool about flying worse motors, and motor tech is gonna get better, or at least it's gonna stay the same. These Pro 2s do have a little bit of a sound to them, but no, they don't. Motors don't make a sound. The props make a sound. They do kind of have a sound to them, though. They do sound a little bit different than other motors. Maybe. Tiago says the Pro 4s are supposed to be lighter than the previous versions. I remember reading that, but then I thought when I weighed them that they weren't much lighter. But that's a full gram lighter. That's a big fucking deal. The problem is they've been a lot less durable because of this. Maybe not a lot less durable, but they've been less durable for sure. Because of the weird bell hitting the windings issue. Chris Ferret says, hey, I still fly Emax red bottoms. DQ says, don't feel bad, I have brand new T-motors from 8 years ago. Freelojo says, yup, use the motors. Yeah, use the motors, right? Alec Dvornik says, motors make sound, not just the props. Yeah, I thought so. Freelojo says, motors definitely have a sound to them. Yeah, right? It doesn't make any sense, though, to me. Why would the motors make a sound? Why wouldn't they make a sound, I guess, is just as fair of a question. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Budget Rig is going to get these Pro 4s. I have this set of Pro 4s sitting here where I doubled up the washers to see if that helps with the durability, but I haven't had a rig to put these on. Budget Rig. Fuck yeah, Budget Rig. I'm going to put these on Budget Rig with the AM32 ESC. And then it's probably going to blow up because I've heard that because it's a Mamba ESC and apparently all the other guys that have actually flown their AM32 ESC'd rigs, the ESCs have blown up. But that's okay. Because I just need to use the fucking thing. Shit, where did I put it? Tell me I didn't lose it. Man, it was sitting right here forever, and I was like, man, I left it sitting there because I didn't want to lose it. Oh man, if I lost it, I'm gonna stab myself with a shovel. I wonder what that means. No, please no. I mean, it's in here. So it's not like lost, but like. Oh, if I have to look for it. Oh, god damn it, no. Really? Ooh! I know where it is. I hope I know where it is. Oh my god, I hope it's in here. Please be in here. Please be in here. It's not gonna be in here. It's not gonna be in here. God damn it, it's not in here. Oh no, come on, please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Oh. No. I was so afraid I was going to lose it. I was so afraid of this. No. Where is it? No. Where'd you go? AM32. Oh, dude, I am the worst. Joshua sent that to me for nothing. For testing. I took forever. And now as soon... I knew this was going to happen. I knew that I was going to lose it right before when I was finally ready to do a build with it. No. Shit, man, I might actually be lost. I don't know where else it would be. Oh. No. No. Yeah, so like I just did all of the obvious quick searching. I'll find it, like it's in here somewhere, but at this point I have to go to that level of search where like I tear this motherfucker apart and I go through every single cube on the Kallax, take apart every single I have all these bags of like builds ready to go, waiting to be built. I'm gonna have to pull all those apart. So I should run these motors, right? I should break all these motors. Yeah, I should. I know that I should. What the hell's in this one? More 2400s? No. Ooh, a freshie. That's right. I got one more fresh one. So, yeah, that's right. Absolutely brand new F40 Pro 2. I'll leave it out. How you doing? You done-ish? Oh, I didn't know that.
I was letting you do your
All right, boys and girls, we are going to wrap this one up for the night. Tiago Roma says, the Mamba 50 amp is a tough VSD, can handle a lot of abuse, friends race with them. That's what I like to hear. Freelojo says, the magnetic field and bell shapes change the sound. Well, now I want to fucking keep them. I am going to keep them. I am going to keep these 4. Because if they really do make a sound... Oh, and I'm going to put these race wires with them. How about that? So that... Yeah. Yeah, look at me go. Yeah, I am going to keep them. Cool. If they make a specific sound, and the sounds that our rigs make changes, maybe someday I'll build a cool sounding rig. Yeah. That is thoroughly insane. For more of this insanity, head on over to CiottiFPV.com, click a bunch of buttons, join my Patreon. I will send you emails and Discord notifications and Facebook notifications every fucking day that I live stream, because I do live stream every single day. So yeah, go click some buttons, and I can keep on doing this and keep saying strange things for you guys to enjoy. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Here's some flying and some epidemic sounds. Copyright free music. Alright, there's that. And here comes this. Okay. Click this button, click this button, click this button, click that button. Hopefully this is not the same flight. Maybe it is. Be good. See you guys tomorrow.